Get nasty on a Monday. It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Jamie Rivers and Carey Davis. I'm Anthony Stalter, 203. Your time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. Hope everybody had a great weekend. We appreciate you being a part of the show. You can check us out on the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646. You can also join the Snake Pit, Air Alliance Team YouTube channel at 101 ESPN STL. You can always leave us a mic drop, anything we're talking about as well, as Gary gives the first snake hiss of the day. Yeah.
I mean, I don't hate it.
You gotta like it,
That's
huh?
fine with it. Yeah.
So let's get into the Blues here. Officially eliminated.
Hey, why do we got to take that tone?
Well,
How about a big 4-1 victory against the Kraken?
I don't know that matters now.
It's got to matter at some juncture.
It would have.
No?
If they'd have
Yeah, it would have. Yeah.
more games.
Honestly, it's a big bounce back win.
Jamie, you're right.
It is positive Pete. You are correct.
You're absolutely right. So
Could have just folded up. They could have just not showed up. You know?
Yeah, true. Third period, a little rough on Friday night, but you're right, Jamie. They bounce back against the Kraken. They pick up the 4-1 win. Hofer 19 saves on the day. Kyrou goal. Shen with a goal. How would you assess
his 20th goal?
Congratulations, Braden Shen, on the 20th goal.
So many positives.
How would you assess the season, Jamie?
Honestly, it's about what I expected. And if the Blues do their job and not lose to the Columbus Blue Jackets of the world and the San Jose Sharks, they're in the playoffs.
Yep.
And then as inconsistent as it was throughout the season, everything changes. And I'm not even saying you have to sweep the Jackets or sweep the Sharks, because odds are you always lose to one of those teams. There's always one day where you're like, that team beat us. Mm-hmm. But it can't be every time you play them.
No.
And so if you'd have captured 3 of those games, 3 out of the 5 that I just mentioned, you'd be in a playoff spot right now. And things would be looking quite different. So it's about what I thought. There's some players that had better seasons than I could have imagined for, and there's other guys that did not have the seasons that I think were expected of them. And you can go down the line, you can go down the list, but I think that the guys who really rose above this year were Jordan Binnington. I'm going to say Joel Hofer, too. I don't know if anybody expected to be able to just put in the backup goalie and really not be worried. Mm-hmm. He had a very good season for his rookie campaign. I think that defensively, I think Nick Leddy and Colton Parayko, you can dissect certain plays, certain times, but overall, all season long, those guys were really steady for you. Robert Thomas had, I don't want to call it a breakout year, but for me, it was a breakout year because of his all-around play. The fact that he played against the other team's top lines, the fact that he killed penalties, power play guy, top scorer on the team. Like, all of that to me tells me he had a really good season. Jake Neighbors, nobody saw 27 goals coming. You know, so you got to highlight some of those things as well. Brandon Saad got more goals than I thought anybody expected of him. Mm-hmm. Now, there was some inconsistent play from Jordan Kyrou throughout the year. Jordan Kyrou finishing the season strong, though. So, I don't know. That's the hard part, to really break down a season like that for Jordan Kyrou, because there were certain parts of the season where you're like, okay, I'm not sure if I can play this guy in a serious situation because I just can't trust him. Mm-hmm. Then now you have, with the last 10 games, we're like, he's competing, he's playing. Like, don't know if we can go without this guy in certain situations. So I think that has to get rectified to where you'd like to see Jordan Kyrou, the scale tip a little more towards the very dependable player, as well as goal scorer, point getter. Pavel Buchnevich, he had a bit of a weird year. Had a real good start. It pockets of really good hockey. I felt like his play really dipped around the trade deadline and post-trade deadline. I don't know if there was some stress there, if he felt like he was going to be traded, or if he was just, I don't know. Not as good a season as I thought Pavel Buchnevich could have for the Blues. And then you can work your way through there. We'll go over all these players and evaluate everybody once the season's officially over. But to go back to the original question/comment, this is about what I expected.
Carey, I had mixed feelings about the season overall, but how would you assess the Blues season?
I mean, inconsistent would probably be the best word I could use. Just night in and night out, knowing that they had the ability to play really well some nights and then some nights not as well. And you trying to figure out well, what is that thing? What is it too many games in a week, or is it a back-to-back, or is it, I don't know what the cause of, just, a game here, a game there, where they were just unable to be consistent enough to have a successful season. And to Jamie's point, if you win 3 of those 5 games, if you beat the Sharks, which you probably should, they're the worst team in the NHL, if you beat them once or twice, you put yourself in a better position to where, coming down the last couple of games, it still matters. So, it's just not great. My question I was going to ask you, Jamie, is level of frustration for organization, fans, in missing the playoffs in back-to-back years, which doesn't really happen around. It's been about 10, 12 years since that has happened. What is the mindset, going into this offseason?
Well, I think there's certainly, so if we isolate the fan base, I certainly believe there's frustration. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if there's serious frustration, having been told by the organization that this might be, a learning process here over the next couple of the retooling of the team. Now, fans can still be upset because the Blues didn't make the playoffs, but I feel like it was, the blow was lessened because of the truth bombs from the organization just about how this retool is going to go. And then, especially in a season where you had to, move on from Craig Berube and you brought in Drew Bannister, not a young coach. He's got tons of experience, but no NHL head coaching experience. So I think from a fan base standpoint, and Marche could be wrong, I don't know. I think the fans are, frustrated, but they're okay as long as the process continues to move in the right direction.
I would agree. I think when we look at this team, it's hard not to compare them to the Cardinals. And I think when you look at the Cardinals, they're in a somewhat bad division, at least going back to last year. Like, now the division is a little bit better than it was last year, but the division, not great. You look at the Blues, they're in a stacked conference. Like, their whole division is full of Stanley Cup contenders. Even the Nashville Predators, who are a wild card team, has a chance, the way that they've been playing, to win the Stanley Cup. So it was going to be a tough year for the Blues to make it into the playoffs. But I agree with what you said, Carey, about inconsistency. I think if you go back to last year, there was a lot more improvement on that inconsistent. We weren't getting like the 8-game losing streaks and the long losing streaks. It was just kind of back and forth, the roller coaster. So I think there was a lot of positives, like you said, Jamie, to take away from this season. I think at the end of the day, though, it is disappointing that they were right there at the end of the year and couldn't get it done.
I said it there. I had mixed emotions about it because coming into the year, I thought that they were a playoff team. I thought they were a wild card team at the very least. I never bought into them being one of the top teams in the Western Conference because we knew it was going to be another stacked conference. Mm-hmm. And when you looked at what they had on paper coming off the non-playoff year, especially with the questions that they had defensively, I didn't buy into them being a top 3 team. I did buy into them being better than what a lot of the national pundits expected them to be, which would be one of the wild card spots.
Well, the national pundits had them with like 84 points.
Right. Mm-hmm. So they were clearly way off. When you fire your coach, your Stanley Cup winning coach, and you replace him with Drew Bannister, and Drew Bannister comes in to a really rough situation, and he's able to improve the power play, that is something you can hang your hat on and say, okay, well, they had some of the right pieces there, and Drew Bannister was able to figure out that aspect of it. But the same issue that Chief had, getting this team to play consistently, was also a burden on Drew Bannister, and he didn't figure it out either. So now you're kind of left with this. It's either coaching, system, or players. That's it. It's one of those 3: coaching, system, or players, or some combination. You have to ask yourself, what is it?
I think the question is answered. I think it's players.
Yeah, it's the players.
If you fire a coach and a new coach comes in and pretty much has the same results. Now, they did get a bump when Bannister got in here, but then it kind of evened itself out and went back to what they were accustomed to doing all season long, and just inconsistent. And this is why I'm so heavy on players having a greater impact than coaches, because this is a prime example. You fired your coach, and the new coach got the same results essentially. So the players, I don't know. some of the players have to change, but the mindset of the players definitely has to change. It has to be more of a every single night. A mental and physical game needs to be the approach going into 2024. And if it's not, you could potentially have the same results again. But I think they're going to get a few new players in here, hopefully with a different mindset. Hopefully you go into 24, 25, and you have just a will to go do it every single night and not take, I don't want to say take nights off, because I don't think guys take nights off. But somehow or another, your play is not at the same level from night to night. And that's not always a physical thing. More times than not, that's a mental thing. It's just do I want to get my ass up and go do it today? If I do, I'll get it done. If I don't, I probably won't.
I think what you've seen down the stretch, if nothing else, is I think it's pretty obvious as to what style of player you're looking for if you're the Blues. And I don't mean like physical or scoring or things like that. If you just go through the lineup and you look for winning hockey players, guys that show up in the big moments, guys that do their job effectively, I think you know quickly who the guys are that can't keep that pace up. And I think you realize quickly down the stretch who the guys are. And some of those guys that can stick around here, some of those young guys showed a lot of fight down the stretch. Bolduc showed a lot more than I think people gave him credit for. I think Zach Dean still, small sample size, he's got work to do, but Matthew Kessel stepped up. He's a winning hockey player to me. He blocks shots, he plays heavy, does his job. Joel Hofer's a winning hockey player. Toropchenko, Oscar Sundqvist, Robert Thomas, Braden Shen, Jake Neighbor. Like, you have a lot of guys that can be part of your foundation moving forward. And I think that from there, you put those guys on a piece of paper and you go, okay, how many guys are there? All right, so we need to fill the void. And we need to find guys that look like these guys over here. We need to find guys that care like these guys do. And when you do that, you'll improve not just the culture, but your team will improve too. And there might still be a season next year where Army has to kind of toy around a little bit, find a veteran player that he thinks has the winning characteristics, but just to bump it down the road one more bit, because Jimmy Snuggerud hasn't left college. Dalibor Dvorsky may not quite be ready. And those two guys are winning hockey players as far as I know. Dalibor Dvorsky's an absolute moose. Watching him in the playoffs up in the OHL, I think this guy has a chance to play next year. But that being said, I think at least if nothing else, Army sees what he has and what he should keep.
Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis, Anthony Stalter, the Fast Lane on 101 at ESPN. Well, the Cardinals, unfortunately, are on pace for the same record they had in 2023. That's not a good thing. Is the offense to blame this time around? We'll get into that next on 101 ESPN.
If you're driving around your vehicle right now and you're looking to accessorize your vehicle, whether it's a brand new vehicle or maybe it's a car or a truck that you've had for 3, 4, 5 years and you're looking to make it look a little better, well, head over to Pure Performance. They are your one-stop shop for all aftermarket modifications. They're known for their top quality work. They have such an amazing showroom, 25,000 square foot facility. It's located in St. Peters, right off of Highway 70. When you get there, walk in, ask for Shelby. and tell her Jamie Rivers sent you in. Shelby's going to take great care of you. Whatever you're looking to do with your vehicle, they can handle it. And it's not just, off-road or oversized tires and things like that. They've got tires for every single vehicle. They also have a full service garage to where anything you need done to your vehicle while you're there, Pure Performance can handle it. And they've got so much work going on, so many cars in there. They're looking for technicians. So if you are a qualified technician and you're looking to take your skills to the big leagues, head over to Pure Performance with your resume. Again, ask for Shelby, and maybe there's a home for you over there. If you can't get there in person, though, please get there online. Visit pureperformance.com. That's pure, P-U-R, performance.com.
Cardinals dropped 2 of 3 in Arizona over the weekend. They had won on Friday night, then backed it up with 2 losses.
In fairness, that team went to the World Series last year, right?
Yeah, very true.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Diamondbacks did.
It's okay.
Can you imagine being able to draft and develop a guy like Zach Gallen?
I mean, you have to be a special talent to find guys like that and have them in your organization, and then they perform at the level that some of these guys do. I mean, it's pretty amazing.
Before their start, where Zach Gallen was on the bump, the announcers from the Diamondbacks network introduced him and said, Zach Gallen grew up a huge Cardinals fan.
What?
Although not from St. Louis, grew up a huge Cardinals fan. Was drafted there, too. I went, what?
You think he wanted to play here, though?
Huh.
It's the question.
Yeah.
It's the most important question. Like, you can be a fan, but do you want to play here?
Oh, I think he did.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Pitched well, unfortunately, for the Cardinals.
Ish.
Yeah, I mean, he got the Cardinals to leave.
4 hits.
He got the Cardinals to leave so many guys on base.
Well, in fairness to Miles Michaelis is not a guy that gets a lot of run support, so you gotta figure something out. I don't know what the I don't
How
know.
much run support do you think you need for 5 earned runs?
Well, that was later in the
What?
It was later in the that was in the 5th inning.
I think Miles pitched pretty well.
I thought he did too.
I think the guy that came in.
Well, you stop it.
Well,
he was
got
on the
served
struggle
a Kraft
bus.
sandwich.
Well,
We shouldn't have been in the game, if that's what you mean.
That's fine. But the first one was a bloop little thing through the first, second base area. There.
Against a lefty.
It was a lefty. Well, then why was the second baseman over
One of
toward?
their best lefties.
Why was the second baseman out of position then?
Because the coaching staff had him there.
Told
That's
him.
what I'm saying. So you can blame Palante for serving up a few watermelons at times, but that particular pitch got a ground ball to second base, which is what you want in that situation. Second baseman was playing too far over towards the bag, though, against a left-handed hitter who pulls the ball.
numbers-
But if you're in double play, but if you want the ground ball, you want the double play.
Yeah. So you have a
That wouldn't
shortstop.
have been a double play.
Yeah, it would have.
No, it wouldn't have.
If he's standing,
If he's over there?
if he's standing where he should be,
No
because
way.
then the shortstop Masyn Winn. Oh, that's right, he wasn't in the game.
Correct. You don't have
Crawford.
Masyn. Yeah.
By the way,
See
guys.
what you did there.
By the way, guys, I have something to. I got a question for you guys. It's an
All right.
honest one. So Alec Burleson lost what 15, 20 pounds in the offseason?
Yeah.
I think
Looking good.
Crawford found it.
Oh, Jamie.
Guys, did you see that guy?
I've been
I
seeing
said,
him.
who let this guy play? I thought it was a softball player. No wonder he's not as good defensively. It takes way more horsepower to move that vehicle around. You can't throw a 4-cylinder in a Bigfoot truck and expect results.
I haven't seen him that big, ever.
I haven't either. I feel like
I'm
it was
shocked.
almost.
When they,
I
a
thought
couple weeks
Lance
ago.
Lynn was playing shortstop at one point.
You,
Am I too much now?
it's fair. Yeah,
when
when
he
he
called out for body shaming over here.
I'm
When
not
we
body
saw-
shaming anybody.
He's a big fella.
Why am I
He
body
has put
shaming
on.
him?
No, I said we're going to get called out
Why?
because people don't want you to tell the truth.
I wasn't
about-
body shaming.
He's a big fella.
He's a big guy that doesn't get around the diamond as quick as he used to.
Yeah, I think
if
it
I was
was
40, I wouldn't have an extra 40 on me,
No,
if you know
I
what I'm
agree.
saying.
I think it was. Do you think it was more so that he was kind of just chilling? Like, what was he doing prior to being signed?
I don't know. The guy's always Crawford's always been in phenomenal shape. I
But
don't know.
if you are
Yes.
I think
planning
Mo
on not
woke him up and said-
playing, that's what I'm saying. If
He
you're
was
playing,
Jake Taylor down in the Mexican League.
If you're gonna call, at least say if you're from the Yankees. Wait, I did Lou Brown there.
You did. You did. That's okay.
My bad. That was Jake Taylor.
Sorry, guys, but there's so much to break down when it comes to the Cardinals. Like Masyn Winn, unless he's hurt, and nobody's
not
giving Oli that get out of jail free card right now. Masyn Winn missed a couple of games early on to where Oli didn't really say much, and we all speculated maybe Masyn Winn was dealing with a tweak of some kind. Maybe he still is. If he's not, I have no idea why a 21-year-old shortstop who is leading your team in batting average, who is stellar defensively, why he's not in the lineup.
Well, the night before, 2 nights before, I know you won, but I had the same complaints about not having Ivan Herrera in the lineup. You've got, now that Nootbaar's back, you've got 5 players that are creating runs above average. That's it, 5. You didn't have one of them in the lineup yesterday. You didn't have one of them in the lineup on Friday. It's almost like Oli is putting together a regular season knowing that he's going to make the postseason. You better get some guys some days off. Dude, I so far, I have been comically wrong about the National League Central. I mean, comically wrong.
Told you.
The market will correct itself at some point.
I think so, but I at least have to admit right now that me calling the NL Central garbage all offseason, I have egg on my face.
There's only one team under 500, by the way.
And
Who's that?
there you go. Only one team.
Give me one guess, Carey.
At some
St. Louis
point,
Cardinals.
Bingo.
as some were pointing out last week, only one team under with a negative run differential. That's your Cardinals as well. The Pirates went on the road, played very well against Philadelphia. They haven't slowed down yet. Milwaukee, without several of their top players, continue to play well. They've got the best run differential in, I think, the National League.
The entire National League.
Plus
yes.
31. The Cincinnati Reds, they beat up against a bad White Sox team, but they're taking care of business. And the Cubs, who have played the majority of their games either on the road or against the Dodgers, are 9-6 with a plus 13 run differential. This division, despite what I said, is much better. So why are you resting guys so early in the season? I don't understand this.
With a chance to win the series.
With a chance to win the series.
Twice now.
Yes.
It's unacceptable, guys. Like, what is Oli doing? Like, I've been a guy that has given Oli the benefit of the doubt based on the fact that his first season ever as a major league manager, he got his team to the playoffs. How they did is irrelevant. He got his team to the playoffs as a first-time manager. The next season, last year, was a disaster. So I wasn't ready to say Oli's great and then Oli's terrible. I'm kind of in the middle of like, let's see. These decisions that he has made early on are absolutely mind-boggling to me. And if Mo's pulling the strings up top or whatever, like, Oli, you've got a 2-year extension. Just say no. Mm-hmm.
Well, I won't give him that because he came out earlier this year and said, I think it was Xavier Scruggs, where he said, "I'm the one that makes these decisions." So
then Mo needs to trade Crawford.
He put himself in the crosshairs if that's the case. If he's the one that's making the lineup decisions, the in-game decisions, which I'm sure that he did say. I think we watched.
Yeah.
He said that.
Oli,
Oli said that about himself. These are my decisions.
He said it.
I know. Well, I know a lot of people have the pushback, right? But it has always been, dating back to Matheny, under Mo. Mo has the roster decisions. The manager has the lineup decisions. I know some of you are skeptical of that. You don't believe that. But from those we have talked to inside, say the same thing. Right. The manager has the lineup card. Mo has the roster.
If Oli is the person, and he said he is, we're going to go with that. We're going to believe his words out of his mouth that he's the one that makes the lineups every day. There are some questionable decisions. I hate taking Jordan Walker out every game in the late in games. He's not. I want him to have every opportunity that he needs to have, whether it's at the plate or in the field. I think they brought him out for Alec Burleson for one at bat, and Burley hit a fly ball to center field. After
by the way, why didn't you put Herrera in?
After Jordan Walker had hit a triple already in that game. To me, there are some questionable things. I will say that they're probably giving Brandon Crawford opportunities just so he's not dwindling away.
So get him in the weight room.
I'm just saying that may be, if I'm going to play devil's advocate, that may be the reason, and maybe there was a conversation. We're going to get you X number of games. But when this young man is playing as well as he is, the conversation now shifts. Hey, I know what we said prior to signing here. You signing here, but this man is playing his butt off, both in the field and at the plate. We thought he might struggle at the plate, which would give you more at-bats. He ain't struggling. He's playing really well. And, as you said, Jamie, you do look like you put on a little bit of weight. You look like you gained 15 to 20 pounds. And easily. If you, as a player, if you gain 15 to 20 pounds, you're not going to move as well as you did at one point. At first base, it's fine. Correct.
That's another part. Combination.
It's harder to get it off the older you get. Trust me. I'm here. Been trying. Like, it's harder. So, all of those things, I would question. Hey, this young man is one of your best hitters right now. He's getting timely hits. And he's outstanding. He airmailed one to Goldie a couple of days ago at first base. But
so what?
It happens. He's going to have some mistakes, but he's playing stellar defense and offense. And I don't know why he should not be. If you give him 10 days and now he needs a day, okay.
So here's my biggest issue, is when they signed Crawford, Mo and Oli and everybody around said, he's no threat. Masyn Winn is our shortstop. And whenever, he needs a day off, every so often, Crawford will go in there. The ratio is already off of what it should have been. Crawford's already played too much, too soon. And the fact that he is looking out of shape and overweight, and he's an older guy, if I'm Oli, I'm grabbing my trainer and I'm grabbing Crawford. I'm like, hey, you guys, by the way, you're best friends. You're best friends until I see a difference. And when I see a difference, you get back in the lineup. Until then, Brendan Donovan is my guy getting Masyn Winn off his feet on a day where he needs something. Jeez. We're April 15th. We're talking about days off. I know you guys are with me on that. It's ridiculous. Yeah, they were just trying to figure it out. It's crazy.
They signed a 1 year. Crawford knows what he's doing. He signed a 1 year deal with a contender. Why? Because he wants to extend his career, and he knows he's going to be a backup. Whit Merrifield did the same thing with the Phillies. Whit Merrifield knew he wasn't going to play a lot, but he signed a deal, wanted a contender, wanted to continue his career. And Whit Merrifield hasn't played that much thus far. There's other, Merrifield's one example. There's others that you can look to and say they signed this player to be a backup. And thus far, you got your young shortstop taking off days consistently. I don't know. Boggles the mind. We didn't really get into the offense. We also want to talk about something that happened with Kyle Gibson over the weekend, too, with the whole pitch com thing. We'll get into that next on 101 ESPN.
It's spring cleaning time at Window Nation, and if your windows are cracked, leaking, won't open or stay open, well, now is the time to call Window Nation. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free, plus 0 down, 0 interest, and make 0 payments for 24 months. You can also get a pair of St. Louis Cardinals tickets with a purchase of a house of windows. They can install those windows in 1 day or less. And Window Nation windows come with a lifetime warranty. Just reach out to them at 866-90Nation or go online at windownation.com. All they do is windows. They're experts. They've installed over 200,000 windows just last year, which is 40% more than the average window company. 96% of those windows requiring no follow-up visit. They will measure that window 3 times to ensure proper fit. And the average installer has over 16 years of experience with over 20,000 windows installed, him or herself. So make sure you reach out to him. Again, that's 2 free windows with every 2 you buy, 0 interest, 0 payments for 24 months. Reach out to him now, 866-90Nation, or go online at windownation.com.
ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. The Blues won yesterday 4-1 over the Seattle Kraken. However, they were eliminated over the weekend with their loss against Carolina and the Vegas Golden Knights winning. We'll talk more about the Blues throughout the remainder of the show, but the Cardinals Well, they lost 2 of 3 this weekend against the Diamondbacks. They'll take on the Oakland Athletics tonight as Sonny Gray takes the mound going up against Ross Stripling. 8:40 first pitch. Also, yesterday, City SC played to a 1-0 victory over Austin FC. And the Battlehawks also picked up a victory 31-24 over the San Antonio Brahmas. We're going to get into the Cardinals offense coming up next. If you have any mic drops you want to send, do so. Also, send us your thoughts to the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
I am so tired of Mo and Oli and all the manager lying to the fans and having them think that we're so stupid that we're buying their lies. They are sitting Winn for one reason, so they can justify signing Crawford. Stupid, stupid, stupid.
All right, that was Janet's take here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. You can participate as well. If you want to leave us a mic drop, you can via the 101 ESPN app. By the way, before we dive into more Cardinals, we do have a Cardinals Bud Bash ticket giveaway.
All right.
You want to see your Cardinals?
Yeah.
You can. And you can do so on us. We have your chance to win a 4-pack of tickets to next Tuesday night's Budweiser Bash game for the Cardinals and Diamondbacks. Maybe you'll see Zach Gallen. Next week is the first Bud Bash game of the season. It features a limited edition Jeff Suppan bobblehead. Text in now, 314-399-9646 to win Budweiser Bash tickets for Cardinals and D-backs on April 23rd. Here is your trivia question. Who won the 2006 NLCS MVP? Who won the 2006 NLCS MVP? If you have the correct answer and you're the 101st texter into the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646, you'll go see Cardinals and Diamondbacks for the Budweiser Bash series. Get all the details on this season's series of Budweiser Bash Cardinals games now at cardinals.com/promotions. Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis, Anthony Stalter. So there's Janet frustrated by the same things that we were talking about with Masyn Winn. How about the situation, too, with Kyle Gibson and Willson Contreras? Now, we're a big Kyle Gibson fan. Mm-hmm. He had told us that he'll do the pitch comm, like he'll work the pitch comm. Well, he had admitted over the weekend that both him and Willson Contreras got kind of caught up a couple of times. This was from John Denton on Twitter. He said, Kyle Gibson on the mix-up with Willson Contreras prior to Gurriel's 3-run home run, and this was on Saturday. When Willie and I are on the same page and I'm not shaking off pitch selections, it's easy to forget where the buttons are on the transmitter. More Kyle Gibson on the confusion before the game-deciding pitch to Gurriel. The couple of times when we had issues, I was trying to find the pitch I wanted and kept hitting the wrong button. I had to step off because I wasn't finding the right pitch. Willie called slider, and I wanted to throw a sinker. Sometimes just say yes to your catcher and move on. He did a good job all night and was right on. I messed up the pitch and shook to the wrong pitch. Yeah, this can't happen. Well, this can't happen. You got to clean up. Figure it out. If you're Oli, too, you sit both guys down and say, what's the issue here? What's the issue? Let's figure this out immediately. You can't be giving up games. I mean, this is the paid league. I realize it's a long season, but you can't be giving up wins or potential wins.
Let's at least look at it from the positive, because I'm not red cardinal glasses, Carey. Because last year I'm sure this happened, and it was blamed on who?
Contreras.
Willson Contreras. Here's a man saying, you know what? My catcher called for something. I shook him off, and I threw the wrong pitch, and it got hit over the fence. And you know what? Next time, just trust your catcher. And there may be a time where he does trust his catcher and the same result happens, but I don't think he'll say, yeah, I trusted him this time and I got the ball hit over the fence.
Yeah.
To me, that's a step in the right direction. The pitch comm, I don't know, timing, not having enough time on the mound, not being able to get the pitch you want. you're limited in time because of the pitch clock, and you have to get up there and pitch a pitch after he stepped off. It was time to go, and he had to throw something. He threw it, wasn't good enough, hung over the middle of the plate, and then it was parked in the seats. And that's what took place. But I'm not going to get too much into the weeds about, you got to correct. It was a bad pitch. It got hit. But you also have to, as a team, it's a team game. Like, one mistake, you're gonna have bad days, you're gonna have bad pitches, you're gonna have balls hit over the fence. It happens. We've all, I've dropped passes, Jamie. You've turned the puck over that ended up in someone in your own neck at times. Like,
trying to forget about that, Carey. That's fine.
Yeah, just bring it up so you can remember. It up. It's a bad feeling, but those things happen. That's part of the game. I'm not worried about. My coach will always say, we don't worry about. You're going to make mistakes as long as it's not a mistake of effort or energy or doing things that need to be done. You're going to throw the wrong pitch. It's going to get hit hard sometimes. So that, to me, is not a big deal.
I'm not talking about the pitch as much as I'm talking about the confusion with the pitch count.
So let me ask you a question, because I don't know the official rules on this, and the rules have changed over the last 2 or 3 years based upon the pitch clock and batters stepping out and things. Why couldn't Kyle Gibson at that point just call a mound visit? Why couldn't
Probably
he say?
Should have.
Why couldn't he just say? He would have been like, "Yeah, come out here. Like, let's talk. Let's ignore this little black box here and the buttons, and let's just talk. Put our gloves over our mouth though, because we don't want their lip readers to catch us, of course.
Yeah.
But talk it out. Like, to me, Kyle Gibson's enough of a veteran, and so is Wilson Contreras. If you've got these double pitch comms going, one guy's pushing sinker, the other guy's pushing slider, he's shaking it up. As soon as you get that. You watch on TV. Most of the time, you see that between the pitcher and the catcher, and mound visit.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Like, especially in that situation.
Right. Yeah. Let's talk. Damn the buttons. Damn the hand signals. Hey, what do you want to throw? I want to throw this. Probably not a good pitch here. Yeah, but I want to throw it. All right, it's your pitch.
All right, it's yours. Where do you want it? Outside, inside,
right.
What? Like what?
Yeah.
And quickly, we're done with this. Then you can just take that little electronic thing and not worry about it for at least that pitch.
Sure. Still, figure it out.
I agree, Anthony. I agree,
with you
but
in
these
that
are veteran
situation.
guys. Figure it out.
Right. So in that moment, yes, I agree. What I'm saying is, you didn't make the playoffs last year. You're not off to the best start this year. You can't be having these issues. This is just one of many problems right now for the Cardinals. It's not the problem. It's not something I necessarily want to focus on from here on out. It's just one of the many issues. And it led to a 3-run home run that wound up being the deciding factor in a series that, oh, by the way, you lost. So, moving forward, guys, is there any urgency? Is there any urgency from the front office to the manager to the players? You had a bad season last year. It's like, well, we'll figure it out. You're in last place again. Everybody else is off to a great start in a division I thought was going to be terrible. Maybe it still will be, but right now it's not.
Do you think that they believe it's a long season? We got time?
Probably.
And that's probably while we're over here, because we saw this picture, we saw this movie last year, how it played out. We're over here like, hey, you got to start moving and with a sense of urgency. Yeah. A little bit. You got your 2-star hitters not hitting as well as you would like. You got Jordan Walker not hitting as well as you would like. You got, guys not performing at the level at the plate. I think pitching has been pretty good. I thought Miles Michaelis, you said it earlier. Yeah. I thought he performed really well until he got in trouble late in his last inning. Other than that, I thought he did a really good job. Mm-hmm. But you're not getting enough. It was 5-0. You didn't score.
Right.
So you're not going to win if you can't score a run. And that's essentially what this team is. It's just not – it's not happening all together at this point. And maybe things will change in May. But as you have said, the division looks to be better than what we all expected it to be. You don't want to be too far away from the front runners at that point.
Yeah, and if you missed me saying it earlier, because I was the one that kept calling the division garbage, like, look, I'm wrong at this point. I'm absolutely wrong. This division looks a lot better than I thought. Jamie said, I think you'll see some regression to the mean. You're probably right, but at this point, you got to kind of take it at face value because other teams are playing in your division much better. Well, at least we got some teams here in St. Louis winning over the weekend. We'll get into them next on 101 ESPN.
Too. If you are thinking about putting your house up for sale, of course, it's springtime. I see lots of signs going up out there. But don't be nervous about it. Don't be stressed out. Give Gloria Lou with your home sold guaranteed realty a call. There's so many reasons why. There's the right time to list your house. There's the right price. There's certain options that she has available. And that's the key to using someone like Gloria Lou. And she also has thousands of buyers in her database that are ready to put in offers to purchase your home, maybe create a higher demand, certainly more visits to your listing, and ultimately more money for you when you get to the closing table. And Gloria Lou will get you to the closing table. She also has great options available. We talked about that just a second ago. My favorite one is guaranteed sales. That's where Gloria will sell your home at the agreed upon price, or she buys it herself, and she guarantees all of that in handwriting. So please give Gloria Lou a call today. Tell her Jamie Rivers sent you in. That number is 314-325-6888. Again, that's 314-325-6888, or visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. Conditions do apply. Gloria and the seller must agree upon the sales price and possession date.
It's a fast lane on 101 ESPN. Well, rough weekend for the Cardinals as they lose 2 of 3 in Arizona. The Blues split their 2 games, lost to Carolina, and then rebounded nicely yesterday against Seattle.
Heck of a rebound.
Unfortunately, they were also eliminated from playoff contention.
Could have folded up shop then.
They could have, but they didn't. Nice win yesterday. Speaking of wins, City SC gets a dub, and the Battlehawks. And the Battlehawks. There it is. Nice. They get a big victory.
Marshy's mad at you.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's mad at himself. He was pissed because he couldn't find the key. The hotkey.
He's mad at you for calling him out.
No, he's not. He's not. Not
Marshy?
one bit.
I'm here for you. Okay?
Marsh. Let me tell you something about Marsh. He takes pride in what he does.
Of course he does.
All right. He wants to be quick with his hotkeys. They're called hotkeys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what
he
they're
wants to be
called?
quick with his hotkeys. He wants to fire them off when ready. All right. So he's ticked off briefly about himself.
I just wasn't expecting. I didn't know what you were doing there.
Good call.
Yeah.
Because good call is law.
It is law for
And they
sure.
got to win.
They did get a win. It was a big win.
Yeah,
against San Antonio.
I thought Jamie was taking over the hotkey for a second. Much like when, we all question 1, please. It's just-
Okay, gotcha. Anyways, I really enjoy watching the Battlehawks offensively. I mean, really enjoy it. I enjoy watching how Bruce Grakowski, their offense coordinator, generates plays or designs plays. Their receivers and tight end groups are probably the best in the UFL. I haven't seen a better group of receivers and tight ends, and even backs for that matter. I mean, the kid that had the late touchdown for the Battlehawks on Sunday afternoon, that kid's got a lot of speed. Watching A.J. McCarron work has been fun. Hakeem Butler with a outstanding catch in the middle of the field. McCarron put that one on a dime. I mean, I really enjoy watching this Battlehawks offense perform. And they went up against Wade Phillips' defense. Wade's been around a long time. He knows how to coach them up defensively. And the previous 2 Brahmas games, the defense played very well. So I love the fact that the Battlehawks did what they did yesterday.
So for me, when I watch those games, like A.J. McCarron just stands out. Like he looks like a quarterback that, quite honestly, I don't want to say he's too good for that league, but he looks like a quarterback that's at the top end of that league. And then you have Hakeem Butler, who also looks like an individual who could potentially maybe get an opportunity someday at the NFL level. I don't know why he really hasn't gotten a solid shot. There's got to be a reason. I just don't know why. But you put those 2 guys on the field together, and it's very difficult for the defensive team to stop that.
Yeah.
And Carey, I don't know, I'm sure you look at it way more technically than I do.
I think when I'm maybe more explosive plays, a little bit deeper passing routes. I don't know if they have that ability. Just taking more shots every now and then. One thing that Bruce Arians was a person, but but he did have some great.
Hold on, he was a person.
Not what I wanted to say.
Okay, all right.
Where did you have him?
He was my OC in Pittsburgh.
Oh,
yeah, he's a person, human being.
Yeah.
Ish.
Did they plug in his headset in Pittsburgh? Because they unplugged him in Tampa.
Well, that was after.
Once Tom got
that was
there,
after.
yeah.
Tom said you can have a headset, but there's
He
no.
put it on.
Yeah,
If you look closely, the cord was hanging down by his knee.
It was cut, frayed.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
No risk it, no biscuit. Like that was his saying. Like he wanted to take shots, and really it helps. It helps the offense. I mean, because now those safeties are always on high alert. They have to back up. The corners are on high alert. Maybe just expanding the offense, getting more shots downfield and completing those passes. The longest pass they had over the weekend was a 33-yarder. Just getting more of those explosive plays, multiple of them. So if there was one critique, and we talked about the offensive line in the past couple of weeks, just making sure that you keep your quarterback upright is always going to be a beneficial thing. But all in all, Anthony Beck is going to coach those guys up. He's going to coach them well. He's going to make sure that they are doing the things that they need to do. And I played with Bruce Grakowski in Tampa. He's also he's a good quarterback then, understood the game very well. So understanding offense is they have something going there. I think they're going to be okay. I think they're going to be really good this season.
Not the only football that was played this weekend.
No. St. Louis City SC.
Yeah.
1-0 victory over Austin FC. Now, City had been compiling a bunch of draws, but they wound up winning. I think they scored a goal in the second half. They extended, they extended their home unbeaten streak in the MLS to 5 matches with that 1-0 victory. Scoreless first half. They jumped ahead, like you said, courtesy of Closdale, 57th minute. This City SC team has been, it was interesting last year because you had all this fanfare. You open up the stadium. St. Louis is such a soccer hotbed. The team, everybody gravitated toward the team. The team played well. Fell short, unfortunately, in the postseason. But now you get into season 2, and everybody's waiting to see what you do for an encore. And so far, so good. I mean, this City team, they know who they are. They know what they want to do. They know how they want to play. They still have some excellent pieces. I'm very impressed with what the front office has been able to do with this City club.
Yeah. So what's funny is a lot of games this year, City SC has dominated with possession and come up with the draw or, not winning those games. This game here against Austin had 61.9% of the possession time, 0 shots on goal. City SC had 4 shots on goal, and obviously they capitalized on one of those shots. And you talk about, the draws and things like that, and maybe the lack of offense at times. I saw Lutz, fan and steel, Friday night at the Blues game.
Nice.
He's down there. He loves watching hockey and whatnot, and I got a chance to talk to Lutz, and it appears to me like there might be some help on the way. I can't divulge anything right now.
Is it messy?
Well, that would be nice.
Ronaldo?
Is it Jamie coming out with the ceremonial first ball?
That would definitely get it done.
I should have pushed for that. I didn't.
I don't know if that's a thing.
Yeah,
but
I saw Nelly place it on you place it on
Nelly. How does Nelly get it? Come on.
He's
the ceremonial first kick. Jamie Rivers.
But apparently he understands that the team maybe needs a little more offensive punch, and there could be some signings in the future.
Ooh.
It was good seeing Klaus score, though, because he's had 23 total scoring attempts this season. His expected goals is over 3, so he just scored his 2nd goal of the year. So if they can get him going a little bit more, much like what we saw at the beginning of last season, I think this team can ultimately get back to what they were last season. They're still in the playoff mix. They're a playoff team right now, despite winning their first game since March 2nd. Well, that's a long time, Anthony. It's like a full month.
That's over a month.
But they're still in the mix, so.
Closdale, he was the straw that stirred the drink offensively last year before he got hurt. So you're right, Mark's getting him going. That'd be beneficial. No big offseason for the Blues? Question mark? Or will there be? Jamie got some inside information potentially from
Lutz.
Does he have inside information from Army?
Good luck.
That's next on 101 ESPN. Hey, there's still time for you to head out to Auto Centers Nissan and take advantage of the Fresh Start program. It runs through the entire month of April. It is specifically designed to make upgrading into a new car easier and more affordable. What does that mean for you? That means you could take advantage of a couple of available incentives on select new Nissans, all courtesy of Auto Centers Nissan Herculaneum. 0% APR and payment terms all the way up to 84 months. It's one option for you. Up to $5,000 off MSRP is another. And there's There's also an option at Auto Centers Nissan, no down payment needed and 3 months of no payments. That way you could give your wallet a break and you could save your tax money on top of it. As always, all new Nissans at Auto Centers Nissan Herculaneum come with an exclusive lifetime warranty as well as that 30-day return promise. Within 30 days, for whatever reason, if you need to bring the vehicle back, they'll refund the money for you and set you up with something else. They don't just sell cars at Auto Centers Nissan Herculaneum. They create unforgettable experiences. They have over 700 vehicles all in one location. It is truly your ultimate car buying destination. Check them out tonight at AutoCentersNissan.com. That way, when you head down there tomorrow or later on this week, you can test drive one of their vehicles, all courtesy at Auto Centers Nissan Herculaneum. It's a fast lane on 101 ESPN. So now, unfortunately, despite having one more game left, which will be against the Stars 2 nights from now, Wednesday night, 7:30 pregame, the Blues postseason is they've been eliminated. So what does the offseason now entail for the Blues? Before we get into that ourselves, here is our guy Stillman on these airways right here on 101 ESPN with Alex Ferrario in one of the intermissions, and Alex asked kind of an important question.
I don't want to overhype an off-season. I think our off-season is more about developing our players and calibrating our roster so that we have guys in the right age group so that when we are ready to contend, we're aligned that way. What the fans should understand is we're sticking with the plan. We're retooling whatever. We're trying to stay competitive while we build up again around our young core.
So that was Tom Stillman again on the off season. Look, what do you do? What can you do? If you're Doug Armstrong, you've got all of these no trade clauses, and let's just push aside to this because we'll get the tax, and we've said it too. If you sign these guys to no trade clauses, you are hamstringing yourself. If you want to move them, push that aside. What can they do to rebuild on the fly or retool on the fly or continue this retool?
Well, if you're Doug Armstrong, you have to evaluate your UFAs and whether or not you'd like to extend them or walk away from them. And I would believe that based upon performance this season, that every one of your UFAs will walk. And those particular players are Marco Scandella, Sammy Blais, and Kasperi Kapanen. Those are the UFAs that you have the choice to just move on from.
Right.
Kasperi Kapanen this season had carried a $3.2 million cap hit. Sammy Blais, $1 million, and Marco Scandella, $3.2 million. So roughly you're looking at about $8 million in cap space right there, just your UFAs. Now, you'll have to replace some of these guys.
Right.
But the good news is that the roles of Kapanen and Scandella, where they were bottom six forward, bottom pair defenseman, you're not going to pay $3.2 million for that again. You'll be able to find that player for half the price. So you will have some cap availability to go out and target some players, and the cap's going to go up $4 to $5 million. So Army's actually in a pretty good spot from a free agent standpoint. The tougher job is going to come with moving on from certain contracts if he chooses to. So like on defense, everybody's like, well, the defense needs a shakeup. All right. So Justin Falk, Torrey Krug, Colton Parayko, and Nick Leddy all have full no-trade clauses. And that's obviously a difficult spot to be in if you're looking to move on from one of those guys. And maybe Army isn't, although last offseason it looked like he was. And, Torrey Krug had the contractual option to say, nah, I'm good. I'm going to stay right here. Will he do the same again this offseason? If presented with that, will Army target the same player to move on to a different team? I don't know. That's where you're strapped. And the only thing you can do is basically threaten to waive said player in training camp next year and send him to the minors. That's all you can do.
Yep.
And the player can say, that's fine, go ahead, because I'll still make the same amount of money. In fact, I'll make more money because there's no escrow in the American Hockey League. And somebody will probably pick me up. Nick Leddy right now, if you went to waive Nick Leddy at $4 million, someone's picking that up, which means he could be a tradable player. But also, do you want to trade Nick Leddy? I think he just showed you a pretty good season that just went by. Is he a top 2 defenseman on a championship team? Probably not. But he's certainly capable of being a top 4 defenseman on a contending team. So you have to isolate the players you're willing to move on from, and then you have to try and find a dance partner. And up front, Booch has one more year at 5.8. I don't know if Army entertains moving him in the offseason, not because he doesn't like the player, but if the player is not going to come back after next season, you probably get the most bang for your buck right before the draft of moving on from someone like Pavel Buchnevich. And then again, though, what are you targeting in return?
Yeah.
Like you have to there's so many moving parts when you're trying to just keep a really good team together. There's a lot of moving parts when you're trying to elevate a team that went from middle of the pack this year and missing the playoffs to where all of a sudden, you want to be in the playoff picture next year. Kevin Hayes has 2 more years at $3.5 million. Kevin Hayes didn't play for 2 or 3 games out of 4 games. He had some healthy scratches there. And he had healthy scratches at the time of the season where you needed wins the most. What does that tell you about where the Blues might be on Kevin Hayes?
Yeah, right.
I don't know because I'm not in those meetings. I'm not sitting with Army saying, well, why'd they do this? Or I'm not sitting with Bannister saying, oh, you scratched me. But in all of my years of experience of watching hockey, being in the league, being around the league, post-career, all that stuff, if you are in a playoff race and you think your team has a chance to get into the playoffs, you're dressing your best team possible. And if you're a player that's on the outside looking in those moments, it's because they don't view you as a contributing player that can help them win. So how do you handle that situation? Doug Armstrong's never bought out a player before. Is this the first time? Does he find a trade partner and eat half the salary for Kevin Hayes? I don't know. But there's certainly some pieces that Army can look to move on from. And he also has some pieces that are really good in the spots that they're at. I know the hot topic is Jordan Kyrou. What about Jordan Kyrou? What are the Blues going to do with him? And they should trade him, and his trade value has never been higher. I don't disagree if you're looking to, but if that's the case, you better find another 70-point player. You better find another 70-point player that's 25 years old. You may not like the way Jordan Kyrou plays, but he's 25 years old, and he's got 67 points. He's hovering around the 70-point mark this year. He might get 1 or 2 points in the last game, maybe 3, who knows. But he's also had 70-point seasons. Those guys don't just grow on trees. So you don't just say, hey, I'm trading Jordan Kyrou for a third liner. And we'll figure it out with free agency. Free agency, those guys are older, and you're not sure. There's no guarantee those guys are coming in to light the lamp as much. You just have to make sure that whatever moves you make, that you're, and it's easy to say.
Replacing the production.
You have to replace the production.
Yeah.
Is this something that can be fixed in one offseason and make it to where this team is actually, obviously make it to the playoffs, but have an opportunity to make a Stanley Cup run?
Yeah, no.
Okay. I think that's the question that people want to know. Is it so good enough offseason, you can do enough to make it to the playoffs, but probably not enough to make a push for the Stanley Cup in one offseason?
You look at, Carey, as well as anybody, if you make the Stanley Cup playoffs
anything can happen.
Crazy stuff happens, especially when you have Jordan Binnington in between the pipes. You got Joel Hofer as a backup, like in case of emergency, anything can happen. But as far as them being in a discussion of like a championship window, it ain't happening this one off season.
Is there a player that could change that or shift that, like one or two players that you could sign or trade for?
I haven't really
make
dove.
this team.
I haven't really dove into that, but most of the players that you could trade for that could make a huge difference, those guys aren't available.
Right.
Their teams value them so much, like there's no chance. It's like the GM's hanging up when you say his name. An interesting one, I will say, and this is because of information that is leaked out of the Toronto media area, so take it for what it's worth. It could be 100% true or it could be 100% false. They say things all the time. But apparently the Ottawa Senators have knocked on a few teams' doors to see their other team's interest level in Brady Tkachuk.
Well, bring him here.
If, all jokes aside, if that is actually true, to which I can't even imagine that would be true, but if it is true, for 1 millisecond, if you're Army, you basically call Ottawa and say, whatever you want from my roster, not named Thomas, Parayko, or Binnington. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Everybody else is in play.
Agreed.
You bring that guy here, he's a franchise player. So that type of player, which, by the way, he's a unicorn. You don't find a guy who puts up 35, 40 goals, 85 to 100 points, and leads a team in penalty minutes and hits.
Right.
You don't find those guys anymore.
Yes.
Which is why I have a really hard time believing that he's actually, like, available. But those types of guys that can give you all of that stuff, or most of it, or even 3 of those 4 categories, then that's something that you're obviously wanting to bring in.
Yeah, that'd be
be nice.
That'd be something we'll explore, I'm sure. If you have a question about that. In fact, we got our Sports Six-Pack coming up in 15 minutes. 314-399-9646, the Air Comfort Service text line. So fire away on those questions. Going to transition back to Oli Marmol, though, and the Cardinals. Imagine the answer is yes for most of you. Does Oli Marmol not get the benefit of the doubt because of last year's performance? I would say so. That's next on 101 ESPN.
Spring has arrived early at Johnny Londoff Chevrolet, and the savings are in full bloom. Johnny Londoff Chevrolet includes a lifetime warranty on all new Chevrolets and most of their pre-owned inventory. The Londoff Pro Certified Lifetime Powertrain Warranty comes at no charge and covers the vehicle for as long as you own it. Listen to this. There are no mileage limits and no time limits, and you don't pay a dime. Here are some of those vehicles I'm talking to you about. The 2024 Chevy Silverado, which, by the way, I drive one of those. It's phenomenal. Where did I get it? Johnny Londoff Chevrolet. The suggested retail price, $74,800. The Londoff price, $65,750. That's savings of over $9,000. How about a Chevy Equinox? 2024 Chevy Equinox, suggested retail price $35,160. You get the Londoff price of $32,660. That's $2,500 in savings. Plus, they've got an amazing service center at both the Florissant location and the new Londoff Autoplex located out in St. Peter's right off of Highway 70. So please stop by either location for tremendous inventory of brand new or pre-owned vehicles and top-notch customer service. When you get there, tell them Jamie Rivers sent you in. They love hearing that. They're going to take great care of you, I promise. So please stop by, visit either location, or visit them at londoff.com or londoffautoplex.com. Are you kidding me?
Johnny Londoff Chevrolet.
Funny you guys are asking us about the Cardinals offense because we don't know anything about it, because the Cardinals don't even know anything about it. Rim shot. No, but for real, we got old guys who should know how to play, who don't, who can't teach the young guys how to play better. I mean, and then we got a coach who doesn't even know what baseball is right now. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Inside out, up is down, left is right.
I was waiting for Ed, who left us the mic drop, to go with the cats and dogs sleeping with each other.
Well,
pure craziness.
Are we up? Are we?
Anybody?
No, I don't know, man.
Everybody knows that line?
From what?
Cats and dogs sleeping with each other.
From what?
I haven't heard that one.
That's what I'm asking you.
I don't know.
Ghostbusters.
Oh,
yeah.
The OG.
Wow, that's a reach.
80s.
That's a
not,
reach.
It's not a reach.
It's a big reach.
In what way, Jamie? In what way?
In a lot of
Like
ways.
30 years old.
One, it has nothing to do with sports. I figured all you ever quote is sports movies. So I just,
It's Bill Murray's character saying it, right, Anthony?
Oh, we definitely don't give a
I
damn
do
about
remember
that
that.
guy.
Our youngest brother here.
I do remember that specific line.
He's rooting for Connecticut. Jamie,
his
you
son
forgot?
is the coach.
What? You've been an
Get
Illinois guy
over
his
it.
whole life.
Get over
I don't
it.
give a damn about Bill Murray. Let's go on. Oli
We're
Marmol.
on this again?
You don't
Now
care
you
about
poked the
Bill
bear.
freaking Murray.
Yeah.
First of all, Bill Murray's supposed to be a real dork, a real bad person on the set. Not many people in Hollywood like
There you
him.
go. See? James with me.
Boy, this one side
That
of
was
us.
that guy.
What's up?
See what you did, Anthony?
Look what they're doing. They're trying. Look what they're doing. They're trying to take the blame off of Oli Marmol.
You know what, Marsh?
No,
let me hold on. Let me just signal. We'll get back on the road here.
right.
All right. Oli Marmol, everybody.
You driving's going to help us. Should we go over your track record here recently?
Hey, we'll get there.
You should just be a passenger, okay?
And fast. All right.
Anthony's the guy. He's like,
We'll hit
man,
the
this.
curb.
Where are
Here, run off the road.
These St. Louis roads are really bad. Well, Anthony, you're driving on the rumble strip.
You're in the ditch.
All right. Anyways, Oli Marmol.
Yeah.
Yeah, he certainly doesn't get the free pass, does he? Not after last year.
Doesn't deserve it.
He doesn't deserve it. So we bring up things like Masyn Winn sitting. And Carey, I think you did a pretty good job, even though we jumped you. You talking about, well, you know, I'm just trying to figure it out. Ollie's doing this, that, and the other thing. No,
I know.
it doesn't make any sense.
Listen.
Like at all.
Well, Anthony, we understand that it makes no sense, and we Marsh and I tried to explain that to you last week, and you didn't want to hear us. We told you that Ivan Herrera would not be playing with Contreras.
You're right.
You argued with us.
I did.
And I told you it's not going to happen because it just doesn't fit what they do. Jordan Walker and Winn as in W-I-N-N or W-I-N? Or
Both apply.
Either or. Okay. I mean, yeah, I agree.
Neither of them yesterday.
Winn should be playing. You need one to get the other, I guess. Yeah, there you go.
It'd be nice.
It'd be nice. I don't have an answer other than I think that this is their way, and I say the Cardinals and Oli's way to keep other players engaged. But Jamie and I have said it. We both played at the highest level. When you start to gain weight, especially as an older player, and this is no knock against, Brandon Crawford, but he is an older player. And it looks to me, it's almost like they signed him sight unseen. And did not, seriously.
That sounds like Love is Blind.
I don't think he signed him sight unseen. I think they just signed him.
He told Mo his Zoom wasn't working.
He's black screen. What's going on? Zoom, I don't know. It's internet.
Damn
problems.
technology.
Yeah.
Must be that Canadian Wi-Fi.
Yeah, right. He's in Edmonton.
I'll send you a picture.
Send one from when during Gronk was just taking videos of one day and just changing his shirts and sending it to the Patriots when they were working out during COVID. He would work out one day, change shirts in the videos, and send the video in like he had worked out for 5 days. Like, just get one workout in.
That's incredible.
That's been what Brandon Crawford
Like
did.
that guy needed it anyways.
Yeah,
All he
true.
did is go and win another Super Bowl right after
But
that.
Seriously.
I just think that, maybe they had a conversation with Brandon Crawford. We're going to give him some opportunities to play. Again, if Masyn Winn is performing as well as he has at the plate, if he's performing as well as he has in the field, you don't need as many days off.
Yeah.
And we talked about it earlier. I think a text got sent in. Masyn Winn had a day off before the team had a day off.
That's 2 in a row.
It's 2 days in a row. I mean, again, I don't know. I don't have an answer for certain aspects. Now, they're not going to win if they don't hit the ball. They're not going to win if they can't drive in runs.
Did you see the
What
numbers?
do you mean by that?
I mean, if
Did
Paul
you see the
Goldschmidt
numbers?
and Nolan Arenado aren't performing at a high level, if Nolan
He had
Gorman
a
is...
3-run home run.
Yeah, that's good. Cool. But if they aren't doing it consistently...
He had a hit
He
yesterday.
had 3 home runs. Nolan Gorman does. That's the leader right now. RBIs, the leader is 8. You know how many RBIs Marcell Ozuna has? 21.
In, what, yesterday?
He had 4 yesterday. I mean, he had a shot. But, yeah, they just have to perform better at the plate at some point.
Did you see these numbers? I'm taking them from Brandon Kiley's Twitter feed because he said them on the air, and I couldn't believe that all of this was true. And, of course, it is. I mean, Kiley doesn't lie, especially when it comes to statistics.
Mm-hmm.
So, over the past 2 days.
That made it professional.
It did.
Because I can't see it.
But he put his glasses on. All right.
I don't want to give bad information, Carey. You'll get there one day, okay? You'll see. So within the past 2 days, meaning yesterday and the day before, runner on third with 2 outs for Arenado, 0 runs scored. Runners on second and third with no outs for Arenado, Contreras, and Walker, 0 runs scored. Runners on first and second with 2 outs for Goldie, 0 runs scored. Runners on first and second with 1 out for Burleson and Winn, 0 runs. There's more, guys. Bases loaded with 1 out for Crawford and Ciani, 0 runs. Final one, runner on second with no outs for Newt, Herrera, and of course, the Sea Dog, Crawford. 0 runs scored. Guys, that's incredible. That's just 2 days worth.
Same issues last year. They can't drive runners in.
So is that Oli's problem, or is that
this specific one is the player's
Crawford
problem?
in there.
Right. Well, don't
That's
forget there's some bad base running over the weekend as well.
Yeah, there was.
But I think when we do talk about Oli, yes, the offense is not doing well, and that's a player issue. However, the lineup construction, when you need wins, you've got to put the best guys out there, and they're not doing that right now. But maybe Masyn Winn is injured. Maybe his arm hurts. I don't know, and they're not disclosing it. That's the only thing I can think of that would make sense.
Throw the ball? I don't think his arm's very sore right now.
Marsh is leaving the door open.
I'm trying to leave the door open. He does throw the ball like 99 plus miles per hour.
Oh, maybe
like
he's Tommy John.
Like a pitcher, though, they need days off. So I'm literally.
But he's not throwing 100. He's not throwing 85.
I don't think Marsh believes it. I don't think Marsh believes it. I think
he's giving him a reason.
He's throwing the ball 5 times a game. He's not tired. What the hell we're doing here?
You got me.
I couldn't see your face over the computer.
That's okay.
He's just throwing something, unless there's an injury that we don't know about. There's no damn reason that he's not in the game. I could separate the two. I could separate Masyn Winn not being, not being in and you not having your best lineup consistently. That's Oli. Not being able to drive runners in, like Jamie just read down the statistics there. That's a player thing.
Yeah.
That's players. Because Arenado's been in the lineup. Goldschmidt's been in the lineup. These other guys have been in the lineup. You're not producing.
Do they need to maybe not bat where they're batting right now?
Shake some things up.
I mean, you can always shake things up. But remember, we went through this last year, too. There's a shake-up. Had this guy here, this guy here, this guy here. There wasn't a stagnant lineup last year.
They haven't done it so far.
I agree.
There you go. Try that out.
Which part?
Just have the same people playing in the same place every day. Try it out. It call me crazy. It works for the Braves.
Braves have good players.
Okay, so Anthony, that's it exactly. Okay, Braves have good players.
I didn't say that.
What other team do we know about that runs the stagnant lineup out there night after night after night? I don't know. I'm asking because I really am curious.
Orioles.
The Rangers did last year.
The Rangers have, The Phillies
this year.
The Phillies do pretty consistently.
But it's more uncommon than not these days, correct?
Yeah. Even the Dodgers will vary things up.
What teams did you say? We said the Rangers.
The Rangers do. The Orioles do.
The Dodgers.
Yep.
And the Braves.
Yeah.
All those teams were pretty damn good last year?
Yes.
Only one was really good, though.
Only one won.
The Orioles.
Oh, yeah.
They're the only team that won 101. Here's the flip
The
side
Rangers
of that.
did okay, too, Anthony.
I think they did.
Cardinals
they
put
got
up
this big hunk of metal.
Cardinals put up 9 runs on Friday night. They put the exact same lineup out on Saturday, which is why probably Wilson Contreras played and Ivan Herrera didn't.
Right.
So, then they scored not enough runs.
It's consistency. We could sit here and talk about certain lineup combinations.
It is the lineup.
It's just consistency. The guy's got to produce.
Yeah.
The other teams, the teams that we just talked about too, they produced. They produced all of last year consistently.
Who did?
The Braves, the Rangers, the Orioles. No, that's what I'm saying. That's we're in the weeds here with the different lineup combinations and what's wrong, and it's production. This is an average
timely
team.
hitting.
Yeah.
They haven't had it in a few seasons.
No.
And, it goes back not just last year, even the year where they made the playoffs, they had the hitting with runners in scoring position just stunk.
Agreed. Sports Six Pack is next. You get a question, 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service text line. Send it in. We'll answer them next on 101 ESPN.
If you're like me and you have an insurance agent right now that you don't really have a relationship with, you call in that 1-800 number, and you don't know who you're getting on the phone, change that. I did. I went with Tracy Bibb and the Bibb Agency, and it's just such a game changer to be able to pick up the phone and call your agent immediately or text them right away from whatever your problems you're having. If you're in a crisis mode or you just need questions answered, it's so awesome to be able to get that response within minutes. And then if they don't have all the answers right away, Tracy Bibb the other day helped me out 2-3 different text messages. All of a sudden, bam, problem was solved and we were moving on. No big deal. That's the kind of comfort I want for you. So whether it's your car insurance, your home insurance, anything else, even if you just have a question for Tracy Bibb, you can give her a call for a free non-committal quote and give her a call at 314-328-4260. That's 314-328-4260. It's no fib. You're in great hands with Tracy Bibb.
ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Blues won 4-1 yesterday over the Seattle Kraken. They have been eliminated from playoff contention. The final game of the season will be on Wednesday as the Blues take on the Dallas Stars. Pre-game starts at 7:30, and you can catch all the action right here on 101 ESPN. The Cardinals lost 2 of 3 against the Diamondbacks over the weekend. They'll take on the Oakland Athletics tonight as Sonny Gray will go up against Ross Stripling. 8:40 first pitch. Also this weekend, City SC won 1-0 over Austin FC, and the Battlehawks defeated the San Antonio Brahmas 31-24. We have our Sports Six-Pack coming up next, so if you have a question, send it our way to the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646. Sports Six-Pack coming up next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, an independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
The Sports Six-Pack is now.
Well, Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, I'm Anthony Stalter. Here's Andrew Marsh with your questions from the Air Comfort Service tax line 314-399-9646. Question 1, please.
Question number 1.
This one comes from the 980. Guys, when I think of the St. Louis Cardinals as an organization, it reminds me of the New York Knicks and how the Knicks were basically relevant because of what they used to be. Same with the Cardinals, how Madison Square Garden was considered the mecca of basketball. Busch Stadium is considered baseball heaven. But they both for years have been living off championships from the past. Do you guys feel the Cardinals are still relevant, and do you think people outside of Cardinal fans consider the Cardinals to be relevant?
Yes. I do. I think the Cardinals are still very relevant. I think we can't see the forest through the trees at times. We follow them. We follow them extremely closely. But I don't. It takes a while for the national media or national fan bases to catch up. Last year was a shock to everybody because everybody just continued. Well, the Cardinals will be there. Well, the Cardinals will figure it out. Well, the Cardinals were. I think it's going to take some time for the national media to say, "Oh, yeah, the Cardinals are no longer relevant." I mean, come on, let's not go that far.
I was gonna say I can understand the analogy, but the Knicks haven't won a championship since 72, 73.
Right.
Like it's
been a minute.
I wasn't even born yet. It's been 50 years, 50 plus years. For me.
Yeah,
it's been a while. Cardinals have at least won a championship this century. Like it has happened. So, like it's been a while for the New York Knicks, and so. But I do understand how the allure of Madison Square Garden, you know, they call it the Mecca, and rolling out a team year after year that is not. Now, with that being said, I hope that the Cardinals are not on that path, because that'd be awful. 2 years in a row of Cardinal baseball not making the playoffs, not finishing above 500 would be more than enough for this fan base.
Yeah, and I mean, I understand the comparison to a certain level, but look, the Cardinals are still a team that it's only been 1 year that they missed the playoffs, one in a row. Mm-hmm. To be determined this year. We can say whatever the heck we want right now. They're, 15 games into the season right now? Like, it is a little premature. We're not happy with the way things are going because we expect better results. But the national media, you watch MLB Network, you watch ESPN, you watch all these things, they're always talking about the Cardinals. Mm-hmm. They are. So I don't necessarily think that the Cardinals have fallen into New York Knicks territory.
You'll know when your team is irrelevant when they just stop talking about you.
True.
I mean, they're talking still like, well, what? Tyler O'Neill hitting the 6 home runs. The national media. Hey, did you see Tyler O'Neill used to play for the Cardinals? Look at all these other guys. We just saw that on the MLB Network. That's not irrelevancy. That is somebody saying, what the hell has happened here to a team that is still relevant? They'll just flat out stop talking about you. That goes for any sport.
Yes.
I think fans outside of St. Louis think the Cardinals are irrelevant. I think fans, I think fans outside of St. Louis don't find either the Blues or the Cardinals relevant, other than Chicago, because we're rivals with them.
Might have to agree with Marshy there.
People people outside of St. Louis there's people that don't even know where St. Louis is.
Oh, come on. Now.
I'm being dead serious.
Yeah, come on.
It's in Missouri.
Well,
everybody's seen
the Illinois border.
Everybody's seen Vacation. They know where St.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's the gateway to the West.
Sorry, folks. Moose should have told you. Park's closed.
You would agree with me, Carey?
I would. I think
Torino with
I think St. Louis is
that Torino's my cousin.
They get caught up in St. Louis and not really the grand scheme of things. These two are just having National Lampoon's conversation. They don't know what the hell we're talking about, Marshy. So we can continue. Question 2, please.
Well, hold on here, fans.
I see a lot of Blues jerseys on the road, though.
I mean, fans in other markets too. They only care about their team.
Right, but that's what I'm.
Yeah, but some brands are like national brands. Like they are
the Yankees,
the Dodgers, the
Cowboys. I hate to say it, but it's true.
Yeah.
For instance,
Packers.
I like last night.
Ravens.
I'm watching the Padres Dodgers game.
Seriously? Yeah, before the Steelers. Come on, really?
Go ahead, Marsh. Guys, Marsh is talking.
Go ahead.
I'm watching the Padres Dodgers game. Like, I want to watch them, right? If the Yankees are playing, I even watched the Houston Astros play the Texas Rangers. Those teams are relevant. people want to watch them at the Cardinals. No one's going on their MLB app and clicking on the Cardinals because they want to watch the Cardinals, unless they have money on the game.
I don't think, but
there are more Cardinal fans.
Yeah, I don't know. I might push back a little bit on
because
that.
I think this is a regional sport anyways. I don't think there's a lot of people clicking on their non-favorite team in baseball.
To me, it's how well do your fans travel. A lot of times, it's not solely that, but when you look at some of the major league stadiums where the Cardinals are the visiting team, there are a lot of Cardinals jerseys, and that's
not Cardinal fans. That's not.
Yeah, but they're in different cities,
Right, but they're already Cardinal fans. I'm looking at the question outside of Cardinal fans. It doesn't matter where you live.
I thought it was outside of St. Louis.
No, outside, like Cardinal fans outside of the Cardinal fan.
Okay, but I think
then who else? Like, why would you find anybody?
Well, because I look at, like, if I'm a fan in the West, right? I'm thinking about, well, man, how are the Dodgers doing? Like, how are the Padres doing? Like, if my team is competing with them, I'm probably looking at what the Padres are doing because my team is right there in the mix for third place in the West. Mm-hmm. No one cares about the Cardinals. They're in last place. They've been in last place for 2 years.
Marshy, I care about the Cardinals.
I think we're kind of
scared of them.
I think I agree with that. I think we're kind of mixing whether or not they're a draw to whether or not they're relevant. I think they're relevant. I don't know if they're a draw, but the Yankees have always been the draw. The Dodgers most recently are now the draw. I don't know if they're the draw outside of St. Louis, but they're certainly relevant. I'm telling you right now, as somebody who roots for the Falcons, you don't see any Falcon talk. I mean, Kirky Cousins, you got a small bump there. Nobody's talking about the Falcons. That's an irrelevant franchise, right? You still have a lot of national media still talking about the Cardinals, even if they're talking about, like, why the hell is this team in last place? What's the problem?
Are they talking about it like national media, or is MLB Network talking about it because it's a Major League Baseball TV show?
But I don't think MLB Network is covering all the teams.
I would push back.
How much time they spend on the White Sox? Even when they're good.
Even when they're good?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you because I don't remember the last time that happened.
Like 2005. Was it 05?
When they won?
No.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought it was 20.
Feels like yesterday.
All right, we got through one. It was a good question. It's a really good
passionate question for Marshy.
Yeah, my Marshy's ticked off, and
he hates you.
Yeah,
I wish like I could say the opposite. I wish I could agree with you guys. I just don't agree.
Fair. That's fine. Let's continue our Sports
Marshy,
Six-Pack next.
Your opinion matters.
On 101 ESPN.
With over 2 decades of family ownership and operation, E&B Granite is St. Louis's trusted name in renovations for your kitchen, your bathroom, or your outdoor living spaces. And E&B offers an extensive selection of custom countertops. I mean, so many unbelievable countertops, whether it's granite, marble, soapstone. It's awesome to see what they have available. And they also offer custom cabinets and flooring that caters to everybody's different tastes. They got a variety of colors, different patterns, styles that guarantee to bring new life to your kitchen, your bathroom, or your outdoor space. And they have an unbelievable team First of all, the technicians, the installers, they're great at what they do. Fantastic. The house design staff, too, is awesome. I drove down to 6135 Manchester Avenue, sat down with the design staff, figured it all out, and that's where the installers went to work after that. And when they were done with everything, my kitchen looked like a showroom. It was awesome. I absolutely loved every minute of it, and I want that for you as well. So please call them. Tell them Jamie sent you in there. Book an appointment down there or stop by, but give them a call at 314-645-9300. That, again, is 314-645-9300, or you can visit them at enbgranite.com.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question. Answer the question.
Answer me!
The Sports Six-Pack is now.
It's Fastlane on 101 at ESPN, continuing our Sports Six-Pack since we only got through one question. But it was a great question nonetheless. Got a great reaction on the text line as well. Let's continue. Said Sports Six-Pack with question 2, please.
Question number 2.
From the 636, do you think if Army tells Justin Falk he's hitting third-line minutes, but he can trade him to a team that'll give him second-line minutes, that he'll waive his no trade?
Well, first of all, there's no guarantee in anything. I have learned over the years that when they tell you, by the way, this is where we see you playing, they don't actually mean it until you earn it.
Right.
So Army could say, Team X says you're a top 4 defenseman, but you're a bottom 2 on this team. I mean, it's not that you can't believe them, but nothing is etched in stone. It's just not. And at $6.5 million, I would tell Army that that's top 4 defenseman money. So if you want to play me in the bottom pair, I mean, I guess that's up to you.
Yeah.
I think that strategy would be flawed, is what I'm saying. And I don't know if Army would want to trade Justin Falk. Guys, when you look at your defense core, now Justin Falk did not have a great year for the Blues. It wasn't his finest year. He had a couple of injuries, and that's the one thing, too. Let's not forget that high ankle sprain, that high ankle injury that he had, that really sucks in any sport, but it really sucks in hockey. where you got your foot in the skate and everything, all that pressure, you're always leaning forward. And when you're a defenseman, you're skating backwards, you're in that crouch position, your ankle is continuously under stress. That affects you.
Yeah.
Having to pivot, open up, spin around, a guy goes left and goes right, you're opening up, and that is completely affected by a high ankle sprain that you can't just tape up like a cast and just trying to get through. You have to have mobility. So this year, it's not that I'm going to give a free pass to Justin Falk, but up until the point where he was injured, he was playing pretty damn good for you.
Mm-hmm.
He still ended up with 30 points in 60 games. He ended up a -2, which, it's not terrible. But I don't think I'd trade Justin Falk unless I was completely able to replace him with a defenseman of equal value. And you can say whatever you want about Matthew Kessel. I like him. I'm a big fan of Matthew Kessel. Matthew Kessel does not replace Justin Falk. Not yet. Not yet. He just doesn't. And so I would be more inclined to keep Justin Falk, keep Matthew Kessel as a third line or a third pair right-handed defenseman, and then let him battle it out. And if you think there's a time where Matthew Kessel leapfrogs Justin Falk, that's when you approach said player and say, hey, listen, the kid's getting your minutes. We're doing it. We're making the change here at this point. We can move you, but we need a list of teams that you'd go to.
Yeah.
Till that point, I don't think you do it. And again, I'm a big Justin Falk fan. He can bring offense to you. He's physical when need be, plays good defensively, and he's a hell of a guy in the locker room. I just don't think that's the one you isolate right now.
Question number 3.
From the 314, how confident are you that Jordan Walker will still be a star in the league? Would you feel better about him if management was better?
Tell you what I'd feel better about. Is if the Cardinals traded him, there's for sure he's going to have a great career.
Oh, wow. Come on, man. Really?
Soon?
Probably.
Okay.
That's way too soon.
Is it?
Probably.
Here's the thing. I like Jordan Walker. I think you listen to any interview that he has and him talking about baseball, he's a great kid. He's well-spoken. He works hard. He spent the entire summer in Jupiter working on becoming a better right fielder / outfielder. He's got work to do. I don't want to say the Cardinals made the same mistake with Jordan Walker as they did with Dylan Carlson, but it starts to feel like it a little bit because Dylan Carlson was kind of fast-tracked a little bit in the COVID year, and it was really weird, and they kept him in the big leagues because nobody was playing minor league baseball, and they thought it was better, but then it ended up being worse for him. Mm-hmm. I feel like Jordan Walker's kind of sort of going down that road right now. He had a great spring training. He broke camp with the team. Then, he was hitting the ball 100 miles an hour into the ground. They didn't like that. They sent him down to the minors to try and get a better launch angle. That didn't really happen. They brought him back, and it's never really been solved or fixed. It's almost like they're developing Jordan Walker at the big league level. I don't want to say it's almost. They are developing him at the big league, which is the same thing they did with Dylan Carlson.
Right.
And look at where Dylan Carlson is right now. He can't get him out of my cold, dead hands to now he's like, I don't know, you're going to make my team.
Right.
And I just don't know. I don't know what the solution is for Jordan Walker when it comes to this situation.
I'm still not, I'm okay with him right now. I know he's hitting the ball on the ground a lot, which is problematic. You want to see him hitting the ball, taking the ball opposite field, center field, right field, and really going with the pitches. He's pulling off of a lot of pitches, and that's what's causing him to ground it into the ground, hit it into the ground. So hopefully, he hit that triple a couple of nights ago, which I thought was a really good hit. He's hitting the ball hard. But just stay on it a little bit longer and not feel like you have to pull everything out. He might be trying to, overpower and just really hit each ball as hard as he can and trying to hit him over the fence. Sometimes you start to trying to pull too much and you're not having success. So hopefully he just stays with it, goes away, goes center field, goes away, and starts trusting himself a little bit more.
I think that, one, he's 21 years old, and two, if you look at kind of the StatCast numbers, he's chasing a lot. He's whiffing a lot. I think it's about, the strikeout rate isn't great. The walk rate isn't great. I think it's about pitch recognition. Guys know where to get him out.
Low and away.
And if he's not willing to lay off some of those pitches and he's constantly expanding the zone, he's going to have issues. But if you look at the average exit velocity, even some of the barrel percentage numbers, when he does get a hold of it, he hits it hard. And he's starting to find the barrel. It's just a matter of pitch selection, pitch recognition. And that comes with reps and time. Do I think that he's going to be a superstar? I have no idea. But at 21 years old, I know the book isn't written about him yet.
Does he need a new batting stance, too? It seems like his front foot keeps flying out and his hips are opening up, which is causing him to not be able, he's not stepping into the ball.
But you don't think, like, this is where it drives me crazy. Not your comment. You're right. He looks off balance almost.
Yes.
And hitters can do that with that kind of a stance. Hitters can do that when they have a big leg kick, because when you're on one leg for an extended period of time, your balance does shift and maybe you don't get the right weight transfer. You're behind the ball a little bit. It creates weak contact, all of these things. And the only reason I know about that is because it's the same in hockey. You have a good weight transfer for a slap shot or a one-timer, and if you're off balance or the puck is in the wrong spot, like, you don't get the same velocity on that shot. But it falls on the staff. Like, what is the staff doing? He's been in that same stance all spring training. Mm-hmm. In fact, one would argue he probably spent all of the summer or the off-season in that stance down in Jupiter.
But you can't put a good swing on a bad pitch.
But you can't create a good swing if you don't have the right mechanics.
I don't know if it's a mechanics problem at this point. I think he's chasing pitches out of the zone, knowing that or thinking that he can get out there, and pitchers are just going to continue to nibble on that outside corner.
I think it's a combination of both things, because when there are pitches that are not low and away sliders, he's still, pounding it right into the dirt. Mm-hmm. The triple that he hit, I mean, those kind of early on it, smoked it right down the line. But I think two things can be the same. If you're stepping towards the ball, you're able to extend that bat to push it to, in his case, right field, go the opposite way. I think it's a combination of two things. Yeah. But I think you're right.
I mean, he also has to be comfortable. And he got to the big leagues a certain way. So you want him to know that, hey, you've got it here. You just got to. I mean, Nolan Gorman, he was rolling over a lot. He was swinging through a lot. And then once he let the ball travel a little bit deeper, then, we saw him take it over the shortstop set for the one, and then all of a sudden the power came. So I don't know if it's necessarily a batting stance thing now, but I think you guys are right that he's off balance consistently. And if you're not getting to full extension, you're not going to drive the ball at all. And he does have some weird inside-out habits where it's like the ball kind of comes off almost like a cue shot. They know what they're doing. He knows what he's doing. I agree with Jamie. He's a kid that is just all baseball all the time. He's working hard.
He'll figure it out.
He's 21 years old. He needs more reps.
I question whether or not those reps should be at the major league level right now. I go back to the Dylan Carlson effect.
Yeah.
How do you, if you're Dylan Carlson and you're such a highly touted prospect, your team and then it just disappears because of like the lack of success at the major league level. There's something to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I blame you. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. We got the Gauntlet next on the Fastlane.
Good. Everybody does.
Gauntlet next.
Ooh, boys, NBA season coming to an end, but wait, there's more. They got the NBA play-in tournament, and FanDuel's bringing you the no-sweat same-game parlay. And, Carey, the best part is it doesn't matter if you're new to FanDuel or you already have an account.
Yeah, Jamie, you'll get bonus bets back if your same-game parlay doesn't win on any Tuesday night matchup. NBA same-game parlays are the perfect way to combine your bets for a chance to score a bigger payday. You have a few well-known teams in the play-in bracket. The Los Angeles Lakers, the Golden State Warriors. They're going to be fighting to try to make it into the actual playoffs, as well as the Miami Heat and Philadelphia 76ers. It's going to be an outstanding play-in bracket
All right,
tournament.
Kerry, what do you got, man? Lakers are laying 1 against the Pelicans. Warriors laying 2.5 against the Kings.
You know I like this. You know I like the Warriors. We're going to go Warriors and probably the Pelicans to beat the Lakers. And then I'm going to see the Lakers versus the Warriors in that matchup, which would be outstanding.
There you go. There's Carey's selections. What are yours? Go to FanDuel.com/fast. Again, FanDuel.com/fast to bet the NBA with a no-sweat same-game parlay, and you can make every moment more with FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. Must be 21 or older and present in Illinois. Minimum 3-leg parlay required. Refund issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Max refund $5 unless otherwise specified. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Warriors. 4 categories, 1 challenger. Can you master the gauntlet?
The Gauntlet is powered by Master, your hometown source for business communications for more than 30 years. Visit Mastor.com.
404, your time check, brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter. We welcome back Michael. Michael beat me in hockey on Friday.
Oh, surprise. You got hockey?
Yeah, I did get hockey.
I didn't mean that you lost.
Right.
Just that you got hockey.
I got you. Yeah. No.
You looked
Understood
at me like
on that.
It sounded like you were surprised.
I just looked at it.
Surprised.
I
wasn't really surprised. What?
I have a winning record in hockey.
You do.
Hey, 3-1?
Yeah.
Good job.
I actually don't know.
He has no idea. He's just staltering you.
No, Marsh has got it. I got a winning record in hockey.
Anthony is 4-2 in hockey.
Thank you.
See?
Michael's part of that
what's
too,
Jamie
though.
in hockey?
Jamie is
got a couple losses.
1-1.
Oh.
Well, this is since we started it up again.
Yeah, this is Gauntlet 3.0.
Oh, look at how he's looking at you.
Jamie has actually only done Gauntlet 3.0 8 times.
Yeah.
Been on the road a lot.
People hate me.
Been on the road a lot.
He hate me.
He hate me because
Michael, what's up, man? Did you have a good weekend?
Yeah, pretty good. My wife works for Make-A-Wish Foundation, and they had their big fundraiser down at Forest Park on Saturday. So
Excellent.
we were down at Forest Park, and yeah, it was good.
Well, good to hear
That's
that,
awesome,
Michael.
man.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, you got past me in the first round of the Gauntlet. Now you have an opportunity to take on either Marsh, Carey, or Jamie. Which way you going?
I'm going to take Carey and pray that I don't get football.
There you go.
Pray that you do.
Carey Davis going to make his way into the cone of silence right now. And Michael, you're going to tell Marsh to spin that wheel.
All right, spin the wheel, Marsh.
All right. We know Michael got hockey on Friday.
Did he want hockey?
I don't know. I wasn't in the room.
Oh, that's right.
Michael, what are you hoping for?
I would like baseball.
Okay. And we know you don't want football, excuse me.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
Foosball?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Michael.
That's all right. It happens eventually, right?
Yeah, so, hey, that's all right.
That's how the gauntlet goes.
Just be confident. Maybe they're questions like, sometimes like for me, years and like draft picks and things like that, they elude me in hockey.
We all have our weaknesses
Exactly.
in certain
Even if it's your
areas.
strong category, there's a weakness within the category.
Yes. Jamie.
Find that weakness, Michael.
And attack it. All right, Michael, you're going to get 4 football questions. Carey will get the same 4 football questions. Each question is worth 2 points, unless you ask for the options, and then those questions are worth 1 point. Are you ready, Michael?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, I guess so.
There we go.
All right, question number 1. The Eagles and Packers will play in the first ever regular season NFL game in Brazil. Which city hosted the first international NFL game in 2017?
Well, if I take the options, this doesn't have to be in Brazil, right? Anywhere?
Yeah, which city hosted the first international NFL game in 2017?
Okay. I think that might have been London. Let's go London. Final answer.
Okay.
All right, Michael, question 2. Only 4 quarterbacks in NFL history have defeated every team. Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, and which other quarterback?
That's a good one.
Thank you.
Give me the options.
Yeah. Is it Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, or Brett Favre?
Let's just go with Brett Favre.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Question number 3. The NFL draft was held in Kansas City in 2023. Which city is hosting the draft this year?
No idea. Give me the options.
Options are Las Vegas, New York City, or Detroit.
Well, a lot of stuff's been happening in Vegas lately, so I guess let's go with Vegas.
Final answer?
Yep.
All right, Michael, question 4. Who is the only player in NFL history with 100-plus receptions in a single season with 3 different franchises? Who is the only player in NFL history with 100-plus receptions in a single season with 3 different franchises?
This might be a terrible guess, but I feel like I remember Terrell Owens having some good years with multiple teams, so let's just go T.O. Final answer.
Okay. Let's welcome back Carey. Michael, how you feeling?
Yeah, we'll see. I may have got 1 or 2.
Okay. All right, Carey's making his way back in from the cone of silence right now. Carey, how was it?
That was good. I was just in there talking to myself, hanging out.
Michael Ryder. Michael Knight Rider just ditching us again.
Ninja bomb.
Yeah. He works all day.
God.
Carey.
Yeah.
Category today is football.
Oh, well, all right.
It really is.
Jamie?
Is it really?
It really is.
All right.
And you better pack a lunch.
Okay. Lunch is packed.
Question 1, Carey.
All right.
The Eagles and Packers will play in the first ever regular season NFL game in Brazil. Which city hosted the first international NFL game in 2017?
If I knew what teams were playing, I could probably give a better answer. I feel like it was in Mexico. But you asked what city. All right. Options, please.
London, Mexico City, or Munich?
Mexico City, final answer.
Question 2. Only 4 quarterbacks in NFL history have defeated every team. Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, and which other quarterback?
Well, it would have to be somebody that played a long time, played for multiple teams. So you got possibly in multiple conferences, maybe. So that would be like Joe Montana, played in good teams, or I just want to take a shot in the dark on this one. Maybe I should take the options. 4 quarterbacks, you say?
That's correct. Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, and who?
All right, give me the options. Gosh darn it.
Is it Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, or Brett Favre?
Brett was one that came to mind. But then I'm trying to think if he actually... Brett Favre, final answer.
Question number 3. The NFL draft was held in Kansas City in 2023. Which city is hosting the draft this year?
Shame on me. Where the hell is it at, Marsh?
I'm asking you.
Don't bite.
Oh, give me the options. Oh, this is terrible.
Your options are Las Vegas, New York City, or Detroit.
Wasn't it in Vegas a couple of years ago? Vegas, final answer. I don't like it.
All right, Carey, question 4. Who is the only player in NFL history with 100-plus receptions in a single season with 3 different franchises? Who's the only player in NFL history with 100-plus receptions in a single season with 3 different franchises?
I mean, Jerry Rice is always there. And maybe you have a T.O. Randy didn't do much when he was with old Oakland, I don't think. So let's go Jerry Rice or T.O. Philadelphia. Let's go let's go Terrell Owens. Final answer.
All right, let's go over these today. Carey Davis in football versus Michael. Round 2 for Michael. Let's start off with that last question. Who's the only player in NFL history with 100-plus receptions in a single season with 3 different franchises? Carey, we just heard you say Terrell Owens after you were toggling back and forth between T.O. and Jerry Rice. Michael, you said Terrell Owens. Correct answer is...
Get your popcorn ready. It's Terrell Owens.
Neither of you needed the options for that. Nice job, guys. We got a 2-2 tie between Carey and Michael. The NFL draft was held in Kansas City in 2023. Which city is hosting the draft this year? Michael, you went with Las Vegas. Carey, you went with Las Vegas. Correct answer is...
It is Detroit.
It's Motown. It's Detroit.
Dan Campbell told them
Yes. He said, we're going to do this.
Detroit. Yeah.
All right. Yes,
Yeah,
it's not.
it's in Motown.
It is.
So still 2-2 between Carey and Michael. Only 4 quarterbacks in NFL history have defeated every team. Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, and which other QB? You both took the options. You both went with Brett Favre. Correct answer is...
King of the Crocs, Brett Favre.
That's right. Brett Favre is the answer, so we have a 3-3 tie. It comes down to this.
It's going to be a photo finish, gentlemen.
The Eagles and Packers will play in the first ever regular season NFL game in Brazil. Which city hosted the first international NFL game in 2017? Michael, you did not take the options, but you said London, which is an option. We know that because Carey, who asked for the options, he went with Mexico City. If it's Mexico City, Carey wins. If it's London, Michael wins. If it's Munich, we have a walk-off. Michael.
You have chosen wisely.
It was London. Wow. Michael scored 2 on that one. 5-3 winner.
Good job, Michael.
Over Carey Davis. Nice job, Michael.
Gosh darn.
Wow, I really lucked out with those questions. Thanks.
Good job, Michael.
Hey, man, you didn't luck out. You got them right. You nailed it. Nice job, man. So you're going to be back tomorrow, round 3, to take on either Marsh or Jamie.
All right.
We'll call you back then.
All right, sounds good. You guys have a good night.
You too. Thanks. Yeah. So Michael has been, I can't remember somebody getting to the 3rd round on us in a while.
It's been a while, yeah.
Hey, man.
That was tough.
That was
Michael,
Mexico City.
And he went through both of it. Like, he went through me in hockey, my sport, and he went through you in your sport, Carey. It's crazy.
The last person to do it was Jeff, and that was March 13th and 14th. And then he lost.
That was just over a month ago now. How about that? Nice job to Michael. So, Jamie, Marsh, Not a save situation yet, but we're in the 8th.
Do your job.
All right? Yeah.
Yep.
We're in the 8th.
Do my best, boys.
I had a rough start. Carey came in, didn't do much with middle relief, so.
Well, Carey, Andre Palante, Davis.
Yes, he did.
It wasn't that bad.
Speaking of which, not Andre Palante, but fan expectations, realistic expectations, current expectations. You can kind of go in every which way here with the Cardinals, but we'll have that discussion next. So what are the fan expectations? What are realistic expectations? What are current expectations? I think you can make the case that they're all different. That's next on 101 ESPN. Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter, our guy Stewie's on the line. And Stewie, I know you constantly look at what the government's doing, especially with rates, but sounds like the government got it wrong this time around.
Hey, Anthony, does the government ever get it right? They never get it right. And the Federal Reserve, unbelievable. The Federal Reserve was predicting inflation to drop, everything would be great, and all of a sudden the CPI report last week, 3.5%. Interest rates are going up. That means your credit card rates are going to go up even more. You're going to see 25, 30, 35% of those interest rates. On this credit card, it's ridiculous, and it never, ever stops, and it never has a cap, so it can keep going up. Refinance the loan now, get a low rate, consolidate, improve your cash flow, improve your credit score, and when rates ultimately do go down, you can refinance for free, and you'll be way ahead of the game.
This is exactly why Stewie's always our first call, Anthony. It is exactly why our listeners here at 101 should be calling Stewie. No matter what the situation is financially, give Stewie a call, pick his brain. He's going to guide you the right direction. If not, he'll create a program specific to your needs. Now, the only way you can do that, though, is if you actually call him. And that number is 314-324-4440.
Again, 314-324-4440.
Call him, text him, day, night, weekends. Say, it's Stewie here today. He doesn't care. He's like, call me anytime at all. So do the same. And if they can't remember the number, Anthony, what can they do?
You can always Google the bag alone. Thanks, Stewie.
Have a good one, guys.
NMLS number 226715.
have to address a couple of things here. One, nobody's safe, right? Rule number one, nobody's safe, including me. I was pronouncing Munich. Munich. I thought I said Munich first, but I definitely said Munich the second time. I'm an idiot. Everybody knows that. It's why you guys like the show. I'm an idiot. So my apologies to Munich. Somebody clarified and said, hey, it's Munich, you uncultured swine, which is a Toy Story quote, which I appreciate. So that's my fault on that.
I'm surprised because your favorite soccer team is Bayern Munich.
I know. Yeah, the old Bayern Munichs.
I mean, you would know more than me, Anthony.
Or SC or something. Okay, but more importantly, the first international NFL game was indeed played in Mexico City. Jamie, we got some text on it, and then Jamie, you did the research, and you went to pizza.com.
I did.
And pizza.com said...
I'll read it off for you here. In October 2nd, 2005, the Arizona Cardinals defeated the San Francisco 49ers by a score of 31-14 at Estadio Azteca in Mexico City, Mexico. It was the first regular season NFL game held outside the United States of America.
There you go. By the way, the pizza.com references, it's one of our sources.
Yes.
Pizza.com, Wikipedia, and, of course, the text line.
We also have some pushback on the Terrell Owens question.
Oh, boy.
Apparently somebody said that Brandon Marshall is the answer to that, and I'm trying to do...
Brandon Marshall could have done it with the Broncos, Bears, and Jets.
He wasn't an option, though. No,
actually, he was an option.
He was.
I don't know. I didn't take the options.
I know.
But that one doesn't really matter as much because it was a wash.
Right. Yeah. So who did these questions, by the way? They have got to be written up. If you get two questions blatantly wrong.
All right, so I'm looking at Marshall right now. He did it for the Broncos. Miami. He did it for Miami, Chicago, and the Jets. Technically, he did it for
four different teams.
That's not the question.
So, NFL.com has the Azteca Stadium in 2005.
Yeah. All right. So here's the deal. Carey would have won.
Yep, he would have.
But we take accountability because these are our questions. We're putting on this production. So I don't think it's necessarily fair to punish Michael. I think we should have Michael back tomorrow.
Okay.
Redo this thing.
Football again?
All right. Four questions. We redo round two. However, we're going to leave it up to you, the listener. If you feel as though, hey, this is more on you, Fastlane, this is your fault, Michael advances. If you guys think that there should be some justice for Carey, text in justice for Carey. We'll kind of hold the vote open here for the next 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, we want to hear what you guys think.
What do you think?
Should they play again? Michael wins or Carey wins?
Yes.
I
don't think we should do Carey wins outright.
Do I get a vote?
Well, he actually got the question right.
But it's our questions.
But he got it right.
But I knew the answer.
So Michael's got the question right, too, because in 2017, which is a part of the question, they did play in London.
Oh, you said 2017.
It was the first regular season game.
But it wasn't in 2017.
No,
so Michael got the 2017 question right, part of the question right. Carey got the actual question right.
Yeah, what was the question?
The Eagles and Packers will play in the first ever regular season NFL game in Brazil. And I'm saying that right?
Yeah.
Brazil? Okay. Brazil. Which city hosted the first international NFL game in 2017?
So what if it's asking which game? I'm just trying to spin this here.
In 2017.
Okay, but that's really a convoluted
question. I didn't write the questions.
Yeah.
No, obviously not, Marshy, or you'd be fired.
I think best course of action is to have Michael back tomorrow. He takes on Carey. We redo this. It's football. It's fun football.
This one says, "Nope, you guys suck." Michael moves on.
Okay, there you go. Thank you. That's from Mike. That's from Michael's dad.
Michael's wife said Michael advances. You guys messed up.
Man.
It's on you.
Okay.
So this is tough, though. The Snake Pit saying justice for CD, but we also have Michael wins. So
we also have one that says run it back today.
Wow. Well, we don't have four more football questions.
I'm sure we could find them. Gonna do as good a job as whoever did those ones.
Jamie. Maybe we should go to the source, the question maker.
Who was it?
I don't know.
Is it Grant?
Is it Bradford?
It's either Grant or Bradford.
Maybe it was a collaborative effort.
It might have been a collab.
Sloppy.
If it's Grant, he's
listening
doing
right
a lot
now,
for
like,
the blues broadcast and things like
lots
that.
Lots of people do various things, Anthony.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jamie. I was just trying to protect a teammate.
He should have been protecting us.
Certainly, Carey.
Certainly, Carey on this one.
All right, we'll hold open the vote here. See, justice for CD.
So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a poll out on Twitter within the next 5 minutes.
Yeah, you got to jump on Marsh's poll.
Go at Marshy underscore Marshy Marsh underscore on Twitter. We'll put the poll out there. Whichever one wins by the end of
leaving
the
your
show.
poll out there on Twitter
Just till 6.
All right, so again, throw out your because we're laughing, we're having a good time. What's your Twitter handle again?
Underscore Marshy Marsh underscore on Twitter. I'll put the poll out.
He's looking for followers.
I don't need any followers.
Fishing.
That's fine. Come on now.
No, you put your poll out there, Marshy.
I'll put the poll out there.
But
just till 6, though.
You got to jump
on that.
Hey,
you got to jump on the poll.
You got to jump on Marsh's poll
right away, quickly too.
Yep. So we'll have an answer for you tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Well, it's 6 o'clock. He's got the poll going till 6.
How about 5:45?
There you go.
5:45.
I need all my votes. I got people that might be getting in late. They're just getting in the car at 5:45.
I don't think we can wait till tomorrow, though. You got to put an end to this today.
Okay, the poll is going to end at 6, Jamie. Do you want to stay till 6? You want to do that? That's fine. Go for it.
We are staying till 6.
5:45 is when we're off today.
Are we?
Yes.
No, 5:54.
I think it's the opposite.
5:54. I'm dyslexic, and I can't say countries' names, cities' names.
Okay, I say, Marshy, you leave your poll out there till 5:45.
I can do that.
Yeah. All right. We'll see how it goes.
Okay. Who's more screwed up, us or the Cardinals? That's next. I want to win ESPN. Dude, I was doing some work in the yard before I came in today, and I looked over and I saw that a lot of the weeds and everything that had overtaken my yard when the temperatures got warm, the rain really hit, they're dying off. And I know that soon enough, thanks to Green Envy, there's going to be grass that replaces that. My lawn's going to look fantastic. It already looks very good. It's going to look perfect in a couple of weeks here. But Green Envy, man, they're the best. They've been in business in St. Louis for over a decade. I've been using them for, 10 years now on our lawn. I love them because I don't have the time to do the research to make sure that I'm using the correct product on my lawn, whether that's seeding or spraying for weeds. I can handle the routine maintenance, the mowing and the edging and all that. I'm good with that. I like doing that. I don't know what products to use for our soil types here or our weather conditions here in St. Louis, but Green Envy does. They're fantastic. If you give them a call, 636-757-1600, tell them Stalter sent you. They'll hook you up. All employees, screen, background checks, they do them great, but they know what they're doing, and they're going to make your lawn look green, flush. They're going to take care of the weeds. They're going to make sure that there's certain areas that need attention. They're going to pay extra attention to it to make sure that it's seeded and properly maintained. And then all you have to do is mow it and then stand back and say, man, I got the best looking lawn on the block. It's Green Envy. Give them a call, 636-757-1600.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. The Blues win 4-1 over the Seattle Kraken yesterday. However, they have been eliminated from the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. They'll take on the Dallas Stars on Wednesday, the final regular season game of the year. Pregame starts at 7:30, and you can catch all the action right here on 101 ESPN. The Cardinals lost 2 of 3 against the Diamondbacks over the weekend. They'll take on the Oakland Athletics tonight. Sonny Gray on the mound going up against Ross Stripling. 8:40 first pitch. City SC picked up a victory, their first since March 2nd, 1-0 over Austin FC yesterday, and the Battlehawks improved to 2-1 with a 31-24 victory over the San Antonio Brahmas. We're going to dive more into the Cardinals coming up next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
This Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Fan expectations versus realistic expectations versus current expectations. When it comes to the Cardinals, I think, guys, that you could actually say that the expectations are different for all three. I think the fan expectations coming into any season are high because of the history of the team. And I think they're that way even if fans believe the team is good, bad, or average. I think the expectations are always high. Would you agree? Let me stop there. Yes. Fan expectations coming into the year, regardless of whether or not they're down on the team or not, they're always high.
For the Cardinals, always.
For the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Realistic expectations and then current expectations. I don't know where to go with this. I think realistic expectations are the Cardinals could still, find their way into a playoff spot, depending on how the rest of the division is. The current expectations, though. As Carey fumbles something.
What's going on here?
You all right, Carey?
Yeah. Carey's got a roll of paper towel in here.
Oh, roll. It was right there. I just dropped it. That's loud.
Don't pass the ball to Carey.
That's what Coach Turner told Kurt Kittner. Huh?
That was a hell of a
Stalter
run.
on the fumble.
No, it's Carey this time.
Stalter.
Jeez. Carey, that was a hell of a run you just said. Imagine we still had the ball.
Imagine we still had the roll.
Anyways, current expectations at 7-9, last place?
No.
It kind of low. It's frustrating, again, because we saw this movie last year, and it feels as though we're seeing a repeat. It's like part two. Like, we're watching this again. And I think that's the frustration for Cardinal fans. I think you did have high expectations coming into the season. Maybe not with the pitching staff, but the pitching staff has actually been better than I think most people's expectations. It's the hitting that has not been good enough to this point. And so Jordan Walker has not been hitting well enough. Paul Goldschmidt has not been hitting well enough. Victor Scott, we kind of expected that. Masyn Winn has been hitting much better than we thought he would. Mm-hmm. No, I almost called him Paul Gorman. Nolan Gorman.
Distant relative.
Boy, we're struggling.
Nolan Gorman is not hitting the ball. He's got a few home runs, but he's striking out at a really high rate, and he's not hitting the ball well enough either. So Nolan Arenado, yes and no at times. So it's really problematic that the hitting has not shown up yet. But as our friend Jamie Rivers always says, it's still cold outside. So when it warms up, then the bats will warm up.
Be careful because the vibrations, they hurt his hands.
Yeah, Jamie says that once it gets warmer, the bats will get warm. And like Pedro Serrano, got to keep the bats warm.
And the problem is, Carey, is then when it gets cold again in October,
and we're back in the same spot.
The bats get cold.
If we make it that far, we got to get there though.
Well, when we have here recently, it's happened.
Hopefully.
Yeah, right now, this is, Jamie made a reference to Cats the other day about the Blues. The Blues are like cats. I find this team, it reminds me of Star Wars, right? You have the original Star Wars movie, and then you have The Force Awakens. And Star Wars fans will know that the plot of The Force Awakens was eerily similar to the original Star Wars, except for you had new characters, some exciting characters, and you're waiting to see where it goes.
Wow,
the difference is
it's way different.
That's pretty good.
Those two movies, at least the original Star Wars, was good.
Yeah.
The Force Awakens, some people liked it, some people don't. But that's how I feel right now. We're seeing almost the exact same thing, except for with some legacy characters involved and some new exciting characters involved. And now we have to see which direction do they go in.
It's like bringing characters back from the dead. Almost.
Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of it.
Yeah.
Honestly, Marsh, I think that's pretty good.
Right now. I think you nailed it, man.
I think that's pretty good, dude.
Yeah. All right, so we fixed that.
Honestly,
I don't know if we fixed it. we found out. We figured it out. We haven't fixed it yet.
I mean, we're doing all we can.
All right. So, okay, real quick. Paul Goldschmidt, if he continues and doesn't perform, what's the next steps?
Trade.
Is it trade at trade deadline?
You got to. You haven't extended, which, by the way, guys, I was thinking about this today when I was watching, the game was replaying in the office from yesterday, and Goldie was up, and I thought to myself, I'm like, I wonder if Paul Goldschmidt isn't extended because of his choice, or is it the Cardinals that decided, I don't know, let's wait and see, and now he's having a tough go here to start the season. Either way, he's not extended past this season. He's not, Anthony.
No,
don't you think that's odd?
I think they will.
I'm thinking
I think they will.
Whether or not it's the Cardinals or Goldie.
When?
At some point. I think they. I
think they will too. I think the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals are in love with Paul Goldschmidt. I think they think. Yeah, I think they think he is the perfect Cardinal. I think that they'll want him at some point.
Will they? What if this continues the way it's going?
Then you got to put Walker at first base. I tried to trade him a year ago when his value was actually high.
We're not talking about Walker.
No, you asked me what I would do.
Yeah, but then you would trade Goldie.
I would have traded Goldie a year ago when he still had high value.
He still has high value. You still get a pretty good return on Goldie.
But we're in the hypothetical world that you just laid out, he's still struggling, and now he's a rental.
You would have gotten more last year.
Correct.
Much
value is higher, and he still had a year left on this deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're screwed.
What's the text line saying?
I don't know.
Marshy,
what'd the text line say? You giggled your face off over there.
Well, his scenario was Star Wars,
man.
And a texter texted in. You've seen Star Wars, so a texter texted in.
I did see that.
So it's Brandon Crawford, Jabba the Hutt.
It all makes sense now.
That's me.
Come on.
That's what it said.
This guy won 3 World Series.
Not looking like that.
Sorry, 2 World Series.
Not looking like that.
He won a couple of Gold Gloves.
Yeah, absolutely.
Need a bigger one right now.
In fairness to him, he shouldn't be playing.
We shouldn't know.
Obviously.
Jabba Chamberlain?
Jabba
Chamberlain. Remember that guy?
Yes, I do. Yankees ruined him.
That guy's hat was so low he couldn't see the strike zone.
Was that the problem?
I don't know. That's what it was.
Those are the numerous elbow surgeries. All right, we're going to play What Happens First. Marsh, I don't remember this game. How do we play this?
We off the rails.
We are hot today.
So, Anthony,
how do we play this game?
This is what happens. The text line will text in a scenario of 2 different things, and we have to determine what happens first.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the name.
Yeah, it's a way simpler than
what happens first.
Yeah, I get it.
What's your problem today?
Yeah.
But
today.
Hey, he heard the Star Wars thing, and it just completely broke him.
Yeah, it blew my mind, man. I thought it was great. Anyways,
no idea what I was talking about.
Nope. What happens first? That's next on 101 ESPN.
replacement windows. Spring is here, summer right around the corner. You're going to want to make sure that you get a great window. And that's a window from Window World, the preferred window of your St. Louis Blues. Window World uses a double-strength glass that gives it a strength that's not commonly used in replacement windows. You might be wondering, well, how does that matter? Well, it matters a lot, especially when you get some of those big storms here in the springtime. You don't need little branches or things like that cracking your window, and then you got to get back out there, buy another window. No, you don't want that. And also, it comes down to efficiency, too. If you have a window that's too thin, you know what I'm talking about. You feel that heat inside your window in the hot summer days. You feel that cold air in the wintertime. That's costing you money. Window World wants to change that by you purchasing their awesome windows. Their windows also come with a lifetime warranty that covers all parts, glass breakage, and labor. And Window World is still offering 18 months same as cash financing with approved credit. So please pick up the phone, call Window World today. Their number is 314-993-1800. Again, that number is 314-993-1800, or you can always visit them at windowworldstlouis.com.
Time to play What Happens First. You can text in some scenarios, some choices to 314-399-9646. Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter. Go ahead, Marsh.
All right, this is a good one to start off with from the 618. What happens first? Jamie's number gets retired by Ottawa, or the Cardinals trade for offense, talent, and bullpen help, and Oli gets fired.
Jamie's number.
Yeah,
no doubt about that. Yeah.
I mean, that was a hell of a season in Ottawa, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly, one of the easier ones we've had.
The old double deuce is going to go up to the rafters.
Jack, yeah, well.
Yeah.
What's your favorite number?
I don't know anymore, Carey. I wore so many damn numbers.
A lot of them.
Yeah. I only had one repeat number.
Yeah. That has to be your favorite then.
No, really wasn't.
Maybe the one that was on your check every so often.
Yeah, even that one wasn't all that impressive.
Fair.
Number 8 was my number in junior hockey, and I liked number 8. No real reason. I just liked it. Then I got here, Barkley Plager, his number was retired, so number 8's not available. So you just, after that, you're like, yeah, whatever. I didn't care. I really didn't care.
So you got 6?
No, I got 6 because Jimmy Roberts was number 6 for the Blues. And I was actually wearing number 42, which I had picked because in my head I was like 4 times 2 is 8. You do stupid things as an athlete, right? Like, I got there. I was surprised I got it right, first of all. But second of all, so I was wearing 42, and Jimmy thought that I was given that like as a rookie number. I'd actually picked the number, but guys back then didn't really wear high numbers. It was like 1 to 31 type thing. And so Jimmy came up and says, well, you're going to be wearing a real number now. You're wearing number 6. And I didn't want to say, well, Jimmy, I don't really want number 6.
Yeah.
And I said, number 6, huh? I go, why number 6? He goes, that's the number I wore, and I want you to wear my number.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, okay.
That's done.
Yep,
Yeah.
done. And I was proud to wear that number here.
Nice.
And yeah, so number 6 is a good number, too.
Turned out to be 4 plus 2.
Yeah.
Not 4 times 2.
That's really good, Marshall. Maybe Jimmy got it wrong.
Yeah, maybe.
From the 314, what happens first? Crawford gets DFA'd or Dylan Carlson appears in a Major League Baseball game?
Oh, Dylan Carlson.
I think Dylan Carlson will get playing time.
Brandon Crawford isn't going anywhere. He'll be here all season.
He's going
all year long.
Jamie, jeez. Come on, man.
Here's the thing.
This isn't Taylor Motter.
No, here's the thing.
Taylor Motter was half the size. Half the player.
Here's the thing.
I'm not going to sit here and let you destroy this dude. Come on.
In fairness.
It's his choice.
In fairness. Like, as a player, you understand, like, when you gain weight, your play changes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're not as quick. And especially if it's not muscle, even if it's muscle, sometimes you're the weight you play at is the right weight. Sometimes you need to lose a little, but gaining, unless you're an offensive lineman, I don't really. Doesn't really
Pablo Sandoval.
Pablo Sandoval.
He played, man. He played at that weight.
He's good.
I said to Carey, as I got older in my career, like, you put on a few extra pounds. Like, you're not like, I wasn't ever like that, but still, you put on a few extra pounds. I was playing, I thought, hey, everything's great. I'm flying around out here. I watched a video. I caught the game one night, and I was like, oh, my God. I'm like, am I dragging a Buick out there? That was like a tractor pull. I was like, okay. So then I got in the gym and started getting back on the bike. Lost, 10 pounds or whatever. And things, but I still wasn't like blazing around. This was the end of my career, but hence my comment for Crawford is he knows how old he is.
Yeah.
Age alone has slowed him down.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't need to add more obstacles.
All right, what happens first from the 314? Masyn Winn gets a gold glove or Jordan Walker hits 40 home runs?
Oh, Masyn Winn.
Masyn Winn.
Yeah, Masyn.
I don't think Jordan Walker has 40 home runs.
I don't think he's that type of player.
I don't either. I think he's a 25 to like max 30. Out at 32, something around there.
Yeah.
Or it should be about 27 each, a year.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Masyn Winn, gold glove.
That's going to happen this year.
It's a clean sweep. Well, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
We got to play.
I was going to say that, but you took it.
Wow. Come on, guys.
All right.
Play the kid.
Crawford doesn't want to give up his gold glove.
Yeah.
I think it matters.
I feel bad. It's not like, he's just going out there and playing. It's not his fault that his manager is playing him.
That part's not his fault.
Some stuff is under your control.
Some stuff is within your control.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, from the 573. What happens first? Jordan Kyrou scores 50 goals or Nolan Gorman hits 50 home runs?
Oh, tie.
Wow. What is Kyrou's top? Is it 30? He had 37?
37. He had 37 50. Last year.
That feels like a lot.
50's a lot for any player to hit in the NHL. So, and 50 home runs is also a lot.
Yeah.
Like if you said, 50 goal or 45 goals for Kyrou and 40 home runs for Gorman. Like who hit, or how about this? Who hits 40 first? 40 goals or 40 home runs?
I'll say Kyrou.
Mm-hmm. So that one makes it a little more interesting, right?
Yeah.
And Kyrou scored 37 last year, 31 so far this year. He's got one game left. He could score a goal or two in that game, which makes him, a two-time 30-goal scorer. Mm-hmm. So then the conversation is who hits the 40 club first, and I think Kyrou does too. I just think that Gorman has shown too much swing and miss to be a 40-dinger guy. Although, what the hell did Schwarber hit? How many did he hit?
Yeah, he hit
42?
40. Yeah, yep.
So
last year?
I don't know if it was last year or the year before.
A couple years ago.
But either way, like...
Schwarber a year ago hit, let's see here, 47.
So...
Year before, 46.
So, and he has a lot of swing and miss to his game.
Absolutely. Yeah, he struck out 215 times last year.
That is
200 the time before.
absurd.
Yeah.
That's absurd.
That's taking the good with the bad.
That is.
So it kind of makes you rethink the Gorman thing a little bit. I still say
He
Kyrie.
hit 47 home runs.
But who's going to do it first?
197.
Cairo.
Yeah.
He finished the season at 197 batting. We don't care about batting average anymore. Am I just like the old guy in the room? No one cares.
No, people, I still think like people care.
197?
I think people care.
He played every day, I bet you.
He did.
Kyle Schwarber?
Yep.
Yeah, he played, let's see here.
Played 160 games, Anthony.
Wow.
How many are there in a season?
162.
He played 160 last year. He took 2 days off.
Why didn't you want to get him off his feet?
30 years old, right?
Because he was smashing baseballs.
Well, he's a DH.
okay.
He had time in between innings, right?
Well, you could DH Gorman, too.
All right.
Just saying.
Can you DH? Well, that doesn't make sense to DH win, I guess. Just give him a whole day.
All right, from Grant Francis Fan Club, what happens first? This one's interesting. Brian Elliott in the Blues Hall of Fame or Nolan Arenado in the Cardinals Hall of Fame?
Well, Nolan Arenado, Cardinals Hall of Fame. Yeah. I don't even know if Brian Elliott gets in at any point.
Really?
I mean, he had a good Blues career, but I think he's first in shutouts or something total in Blues history. But, like, Mike Liut was the godfather of goaltending for the Blues. Brian Elliott was good. He had good numbers, but I just don't know if anybody's voting Brian Elliott, guys.
Yeah.
I'm not being a jerk, but...
No, I'm with you.
And I like Brian Elliott. He's a hell of a guy.
Yeah.
He was just in here for that puck cancer thing. Showed up, played goalie. Most guys, when they retire, don't want to play goalie anymore. But I don't see that. I think Arenado.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, too.
Let's do one more here. It's going to be a quick one. From the 636, what happens first? The New York Jets win an AFC championship or the Chicago Bears win an NFC championship?
Bears.
What was the first one? Who?
The Jets.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll go Bears, too. Because if Caleb Williams is a stud.
They've got some pieces already. If he is the missing piece, Aaron Rodgers is 48 years old.
I think the problem is the head coach for the Jets, quite honestly. I don't believe in him.
Robert Saleh?
You don't like Robert Saleh?
What did he ever do to you?
Well, nothing to me personally, at least not yet. There's always time. But apparently, him and the owner got in a big argument down there at the meetings because the owner's tired of his defense-first mentality.
You hired a defensive guy.
What did you expect? Guys, I'm not saying the owner's right.
Come on, Jamie, what the hell?
I'm just saying, Anthony, after all these years of being together, you have me convinced now about how you should build your coaching staff. And it's not necessarily a defensive-minded guy, let alone you just went and traded for Aaron Rodgers because you're trying to improve the offensive side of your game.
Right.
So,
and my philosophy behind that is get the OC to be the head coach because he has the relationship with the quarterback, and then you're not having to replace two guys. Now, if you get the wrong OC, Arthur Smith, and then you're going to get the wrong head coach too. So
We love Arthur now.
I know you do. As an OC, you'll be fine.
We'll see. Give it time.
October.
3 weeks in, let's see how Carey feels about this. Especially with Russell Wilson's under center.
All you need to know is who's your backup who's your backup tight end, and who's your backup running back. Those guys are now the studs.
Guys.
Really quick question. We just talked about Brian Elliott. From the 314, Jamie, do you think Jake Allen gets in?
No, I don't. I mean, look, to me, you have to have a historical career with this team. Mike Liut had a whole bunch of records for this team. He still is the leader in wins for the Blues as far as goaltending is concerned. The next goalie to get in is going to be Jordan Binnington. Bottom line. I mean, he's an all-star Stanley Cup champion. I mean, he will be the wins leader at that point, maybe shutout leader. To me, there has to be something really big attached to your name. And unfortunately for Elliott and Jake Allen, while wearing the blue note, that didn't happen as good as they were.
That's Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis, Andrew Marsh, Anthony Stalter. It's the Fast Line on 101 ESPN. Speaking of Marsh, he's got what's trending next. With all the rain that we got last week, how's your roof holding up? Got issues? Do you have a leaky roof, a damaged roof? Well, then you got to call my guys at the Happy Roof Company, because when you call today, if you have an issue, they're going to have someone out to look at your issue within 24 hours. That's how quickly Happy Roof Company works, and they do a great job, too. They don't chase storms. They're not one of these companies that come in and out as soon as, there's a hail damage or a big storm. These companies come in looking to take advantage of people. That's not the Happy Roof Company. 100% of their market is in the St. Louis and surrounding areas. Their headquarters is out in Sunset Hills. Residential and commercial roofing. If you need a new roof, Happy Roof Company, they've got cost-effective solutions on flat roofing and metal roofs. They've got great relationships with realtors, too. If you're looking to sell a home, you can get all the detailed information that you need to sell that home, especially if you put on a new roof. You can upsell you can provide more profitability for your home. 10-year labor warranty on all shingle roofs, free estimates with competitive pricing. Happy Roof Company. Give them a call, 314-665-3001, 314-665-3001. Tell them Stalter sent you. Or you can visit thehappyroof.com. It's the Happy Roof Company. That sound means it's time to play the lineup game here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Sonny Gray will take on Ross Stripling, the right-hander for the Oakland Athletics. At least for now, the Oakland Athletics. Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter, 8:40 first pitch for Cardinals and A's, game one of the series. All right, here we go. Right-hander on the bump, boys. Carey, what are you thinking?
Donnie Baseball.
Do it.
We call him Donnie Baseball?
Yeah, call him Donnie Baseball.
I like it.
Show us Brendan Donovan.
Donnie.
Hey, this headband's pretty cool.
R.L. Chalk?
Oh, it's got to be R.L. Chalk. Show us Paul Goldschmidt.
Chalk. Chalk, yeah. Get my tub of chalk.
All right. Gorman, Contreras, Lars Nootbaar. What are you guys thinking?
Crawford?
Yeah, Crawford.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
I would say...
Got to get him going at some point.
Yeah.
Wilson. Oh, Willie.
You think Wilson Contreras?
Oh,
like Willie in the 3-hole?
I like Willie in the 3-hole.
All right. I don't blame you.
Go for it.
Show us Wilson Contreras.
Sorry, guys.
Come on, Carey. You got to be better than that,
Seriously, that's
You got to be better. Probably not going to be Wilson Contreras in the 3-hole.
It's probably not. Who is it?
Paul Gorman.
Paul Gorman?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Jamie. We believe in you.
Show us old Gormy.
Stupid.
All right.
Stupid.
You know,
That's
guys.
Hey, that was excessive. That kind of hurt. I'm not going to lie. Like, I know it's just a sounder, but that kind of felt like personal.
This is your guy. You got it. You know who it is.
Yeah. It's no problem. Show us.
Yeah, there it is.
Lars Newbar.
No.
What makes you think she's a witch?
Well, she turned me into
This is
a
going to be.
newt.
Good job.
I haven't heard this sounder before.
You guys are talking. My bad. Okay. I was just shocked. Harry looked at me and goes, no.
Selfish.
You going to play it again or
You
no?
want to hear the sounder again?
I would like to.
Good.
Our listeners would too.
I'll even turn the bed music down.
What makes you think she's a witch?
Well, she turned me into a newt.
A newt.
Got better.
There you go.
Thank you.
You got
Anthony,
it.
don't look at me like you're pissed off.
Yeah.
Just play the game.
Now your guy.
Okay?
Is that who you think I was
Yeah,
going to
that's what
say?
I thought you were going to say last time. Sorry.
Show us.
He's a Gold Glove winner and perennial All-Star.
Oh, listen to Mr. Gold Glove over here.
Come on.
All right.
What is that from?
That sounds
It's just like a mashup of different
Friends,
things.
ain't it? I mean, not Friends. Seinfeld. At the end?
No.
That wasn't. What's her name?
Marshy, disclose your
Elaine?
sources.
No,
Yeah.
no way.
Sounded like her.
No.
Yeah, I have no idea. I just put together a couple mashups of certain things.
In other words,
I can't remember. It
none of
happened.
your business.
No, it happened so long.
None yet.
It slaps. You did great.
Good job.
Thank you.
I like you using the lingo. There you go.
Kids say these.
That's what they say. It is what they say.
Slaps.
I
It's
thought
a banger. It slaps.
I thought it was mid.
I was like, we're still talking about music?
All right. Fifth.
Who's here?
This has got to be Contreras.
Marshy's the only one who got
I
that.
agree. He has
Yeah.
no clue. Show us Wilson Contreras.
DH.
No.
Catches me. Check.
All right. Man, I'm excited.
Now this is Paul Gorman.
Probably.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Show us Nolan Gorman.
Get your fresh organic popcorn.
Get your popcorn ready.
That one at the end is
He may need to get back on the popcorn. It's a little.
maybe
a little
Crawford
further.
has it for him.
You guys are ruthless. Wow. You guys are ruthless. You guys. One guy.
Look at these two. I didn't say anything that time.
He delivered the popcorn to the middle infield and only one guy got it.
Holy smokes.
Be careful with that popcorn there, buddy.
Yeah. Be very careful.
This is Jordan Walker here. Batting seven.
Sure. Yeah.
You want to take this one, Jamie? You go ahead. You
No,
haven't done one.
I'm not even focused right now.
Show us Jordan Walker.
Shame, shame, shame on you.
What are you
We've done
doing?
better than that, though.
What are you doing? You think Masyn Winn got moved up?
He's only the
Is he
best
playing?
hitter on the team right now.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he's in the lineup.
Yeah, I can see that.
You want to go Masyn Winn?
Yeah,
I
sure.
like that. Show us Masyn Winn.
I'm watching the Futures game and this thing's all over Instagram. It's like, this guy threw a ball 100 across the. That's awesome. But like, how many throwing errors does he have?
Shut up!
Okay, so if Donovan's at second, Goldie at first.
You think Donovan's at second? I think he's
Yeah,
DH.
because I think Gorman's DHing. Or maybe
They
it's
flip-flop.
flipped.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's flipped. Either way, this
You need a
will
right
be
fielder
this
and a
will
center
be
fielder.
Walker. Walker Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Show us Jordan Walker.
What's his angle?
What angle?
Launch!
Launching now.
Show us Victor Scott.
Great Scott.
Too fast, too fast.
Focus. Speed. I am speed.
There you go. Run it, Marsh.
All right, leading off your DH, Brendan Donovan batting second, first baseman Paul Goldschmidt batting third in left field, Lars Newbar, your cleanup hitter, third baseman, Nolan Arenado. Batting fifth, the catcher Wilson Contreras. Batting sixth, your second baseman Nolan Gorman. Batting seventh, the shortstop Masyn Winn. Batting eighth in right field, Jordan Walker, and batting ninth in center field, Victor Scott the second.
Back. Stay fair!
Go foul, go foul!
I don't believe what I just saw.
Home run.
All right. Jamie, you're still leading 3-0.
Still leading there with one.
Well, hold on now. I got a
one.
point.
He got on the board.
I got 2 points over the weekend.
You did?
Lars Nootbaar hit a home run.
Oh, that's right. Nice work. All right, so
Friday, right?
Friday.
That's right. My bad. So Jamie, 3. Marsh, 2. Carey and I, 0.
And let's also not overlook that Carey got on the board for first goal of the game for the Blues on Friday.
Did you? Yeah. No. No.
Yeah, Carey. Remember you were in the building. At least we think you were.
I was in there.
Dude, I even tried to see you.
Yeah, you couldn't see. I was going to stand up, but I don't think.
No, well, the glass was also in the way where your section was.
Yeah,
Ordinarily, I could probably see you.
I was going to stand up and wave to you.
Didn't you pick? You got the correct answer?
No, I was joking.
Oh, dude, I totally believed you.
No, he was totally joking.
I was joking.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Who got the first goal? Was it Bull? Yeah, I said Toro. El Toro. That's Spanish for bull.
Duke.
Oh, man. I went all week and I believed you. I couldn't remember who you picked. I was like, man, I just brought it up. I thought you were not joking.
Yeah, I didn't think you had
Should have went with it. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Man.
Bull.
Either way.
Well, actually, never mind.
Hey, forget about it then.
Wow. All right. Jamie.
Yeah. I think it's inevitable that Masyn Winn hits a home run today just because the baseball gods want us to just have that moment.
All right.
I got Masyn Winn.
Marsh?
I'm going to go with Paul Goldschmidt. He's got 2 home runs against Ross Stripling, so maybe he'll make it 3.
Then me? My turn?
Yes.
I'm going to go Wilson Contreras since my good friend Jamie always says I never pick him. And then he hits a home run.
It's a good point.
It's going to be tonight.
I hope you do that, Gary.
I hope so as well. I need to get on the board at some point.
I'll cheer for you.
Thank you.
Tonight.
Appreciate it.
So you got Winn. Goldie's off the board. Wilson's off the board. Give me Nolan Gorman.
Is it a problem that we're not automatically picking Arenado?
Nope.
Honestly, think about that for a second. Chalk and Chalk used to be the 2 first off the board, Goldie and Arenado. Now, Goldie did go, but Arenado not.
Right.
No.
Guys, I'm just saying, for this team to be successful, Arenado has to be an automatic when you pick this.
At the point system, too.
Yeah.
There's a certain amount of strategy, but if you're going to pick Chalk from somebody, like Arenado should be your guy.
You would think.
You would think.
But why didn't you pick him, Jamie?
Because I have no faith in him. To what? Is it too honest?
No.
He's batting almost 500 against
Jamie, you've been pretty honest all day.
Yeah, you certainly have.
Very honest
today. All right, we got What's Trending next on 101 ESPN.
Boys, the road to the NBA Finals starts now, and new customers on FanDuel can go on their own playoff run with $150. Carey, all you got to do is place $5 bet, and you'll get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose, during the NBA playoffs.
Yeah, Jamie, the NBA play-in tournament gives teams a chance to play their way into the postseason. You got the Philadelphia 76ers and the Miami Heat. You got the Chicago Bulls and the Atlanta Hawks. They're fighting for that 7-8 seed. And in the West, again, the Lakers, the Warriors. Your normal, they shouldn't be down there, but they are. New Orleans Pelicans and the Sacramento Kings. All of those teams fighting for the 7-8 seed. And you can pick your team. Just go to FanDuel.com/fast to get started.
Yeah, you can make sure you use that promo code like Carey just told you. FanDuel.com/fast to get started. Then you can just place any $5 bet and you'll get $150 back in bonus bets, win or lose, to play during the NBA playoffs. FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Must be 21 or older and present in Illinois. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus distributed non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem. Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
time to find out what's going on in the sports world with What's Trending Now. Brought to you by Goodwill. Donate a car and get tickets to the St. Louis Cardinals.
Welcome back to the Fast Lane here on 101 ESPN with Anthony Stalter, Jamie Rivers, and Carey Davis. I'm Andrew Marsh, and it's time for What's Trending. Gentlemen, we just played the lineup game, and there's one name that was not in the lineup that I think Anthony would like to see.
Yeah.
And that is Ivan Herrera. So after getting blanked yesterday by the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, that's correct. No offense, no runs.
One of your better hitters is not in the lineup once again. Anthony, what do you have to say about that?
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. You guys were right. Carey kept saying, and Marsh, you kept saying to me last week that they wouldn't actually just put their best team together, their best lineup together when New came back. And you guys were right. I fought against you. But on Friday, I gave up. Makes sense. Makes sense to keep one of your best hitters on the bench. Any successful baseball team does that. Yeah. Got a guy that's hitting well? Ride the pine. Jamie, your thoughts?
Who sits if he plays?
Oh, one of the guys that's not hitting? I think you got, let's see, 6 guys that you could choose from. Dealer's choice on that one, Carey. Go for it.
You want to sit Victor Scott?
Sure.
You want to send him back to the minors?
Sure.
All right. You can put Newt in center field. Like,
you want to sit Jordan Walker?
Sure.
All right.
I just don't get it.
No. I just want to see Ivan Herrera in the lineup.
He's earned the right to play. Like, he's earned the right to hit. Nothing else. Like, I understand you can't catch every game and whatnot. You got to give a guy a breather, but I don't know. I just don't know what the Cardinals do because Herrera, he's hitting. Contreras, he'll hit. And then, but you can't carry a third catcher because you got 27 outfielders that are about to come off the IL.
Right.
Because otherwise, the answer is simple. You call back up Pages.
Pahis.
Spell Pages.
Yeah.
That's why it's confusing.
Sounding it out for Anthony.
Thanks.
But you call him back up, and you have your emergency catcher. So if somebody gets hurt during the game, you don't have to sacrifice your DH. You just swap another catcher in there, and you're fine.
Mm-hmm. But you have the emergency catcher in the stands.
I think that's just hockey.
No, it's hockey.
The E-bug. Yeah, I don't think they can do that in baseball.
Have you ever had a position player?
No.
Backup goalie?
No.
It'd be pretty cool. How do you apply for that job? Because I would actually like to.
Well, what they've done now, Carey, is they've avoided those situations. The rule, it's interesting. The rule before used to be like a goalie with like no pro experience and all this stuff, and that was more like embarrassing than anything.
Yeah.
So now they're like, each city has like 2 or 3 designated e-bugs that actually like played at a high level, played the American Hockey League, played college D1, or like they actually have a resume.
Right.
And in Edmonton the one night, Mike Smith was the e-bug.
Really?
For the Oilers.
Wow.
Which I was like, is that legal? But he's a retired goaltender, and just sitting there.
Yeah.
And there's another retired goalie, too. I forget who it was. That was in the bill. Curtis Joseph. Joseph with the Maple Leafs was there and had his gear there, was like ready to go. Can you imagine like Cujo strapping him on again? Like,
that'd be great.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. But you don't have the emergency backup catcher in baseball. And I just think it's a huge mismanagement of this roster. I don't know. I find everything that the Cardinals are doing right now really confusing.
You're not alone.
I know, which is crazy.
Jamie, you brought this up in the office. I also saw this over the weekend, but during the Rockets and Clippers game, Boban Marjanovic, if I'm saying that correctly.
Marjanovic.
Sure.
Yep.
We'll go with that. The score is 105 to, I believe, 97. So it's not that, 8-point swing, 4 minutes, 44 seconds. Here's the scenario, though. If the player on the other team misses 2 free throws in a row, the fans get free chicken. And Boban was a man of the people. Not even his home court. decides to miss the second free throw, and he's even like, yeah, you guys want it. You guys want it. You guys want the free chicken. Boom, missed the second shot on purpose. Mind you, they're only up by 8.
The crowd
Hypes
after
up
he
the
misses.
crowd. Up by 8 with 4 minutes left. A little under 5, actually. But hey, everybody went home with free chicken.
I mean,
the Houston Rockets
corn
are
dogs.
out of the playoffs. They didn't care.
Corn dogs, Jackie. Corn dogs.
Boban is a man of the people. Boban is one of those players that everybody loves.
He's a goofy bugger.
I mean, he's like 7'8". How tall is he? 7'6". He's a
big dude.
large human being that everybody loves. And
He knows what the people want.
He does. He gets it.
Come on. Good for him.
Sign him again at some point. He'll
Sure.
be playing for LA, and then they'll really love him again.
Yeah. Marsh, you had a problem with this, though.
You had a problem with it?
You didn't like it. You didn't like it up 8.
I mean, you're up by 8. There's still 4+ minutes
Their
left.
season is
Couple of
over.
trays, couple of turnovers,
I know,
and all of a sudden you lose a game.
Their season is over. The Clippers are headed to the playoffs. They were not. Didn't matter. Hey, they had nothing to play for.
I don't like that, though. Like, if I'm a teammate, I still want to win. Like, I don't care if you're hyping up. But that's the NBA.
Hang on.
That's the NBA.
Marshy, we're going to get a real answer out of Carey here. So, Carey, you're coaching, okay? And this guy plays for you.
Yeah.
And he hypes up the crowd, then purposely misses a basket. I don't care whether you're in the playoffs or not, Carey. How do you feel about it, Coach Davis?
Oh, well, here's the thing. I would assume that he was actually just trying to hype him up and then make the free throw. And that's what I'm sure he would tell me.
Yeah, but then when he celebrated missing,
probably. Yeah, he's like, yeah.
Coach Davis, your thoughts?
We should have played better earlier in the year. We wouldn't be in this position. Yeah,
you wouldn't be mad at him at all.
Probably not him. Nah.
You wouldn't punch an iPad or something like that.
I've broken plenty of things. I'm not proud of those things.
No, I didn't say you were.
Yeah, probably. I mean, at that point in the year, nah. Middle of the season, and we're in a game, and you're doing that. Yeah, you got to come sit down with me, buddy.
But what about the betting aspect of this too? Like, what if someone missed by like 1 point or something happens?
That's that's at your own risk.
Yeah,
you don't know what the hell players going to do.
They got going on.
I mean, you could have somebody fumble, and I mean, there's bad. There's
on
bad,
purpose,
or people take a
but I'm
knee
just saying, there's bad beats all
at
the
the
time.
goal line, like Nick Chubb a couple years ago.
Like, purposely missed this shot.
Still, don't bet.
Maybe his interpreter had money on the game.
Wrong sport.
Different sport.
Wrong sport.
Yeah.
I meant
Right
Otani's.
City. Oh.
I don't think he's doing that now.
He's got access to somebody's.
You don't have access to the funds, I guess.
Oh, yes, he does. He's still on the pay.
See what you're suggesting.
Little update here for the Gauntlet poll.
Oh, yeah.
We got about
Tell us about
21
your
minutes
poll.
left until my poll goes away. Right now, Carey's rematch with Michael is winning 52% to 48%.
I do have a question. How do we not have another option where Carey just wins outright?
Carey.
Just a question. It's a question. I mean, there's no such thing as a dumb question.
Carey, you're encouraging guys missing shots for free chicken. We
can't be just handing you victories
just
now,
give
okay?
you the victory, buddy.
Last thing here. Did you guys happen to watch the Masters this weekend? Scotty Scheffler wins the green jacket once again.
Yes. It was a hell of a tournament, man. You had Bryson DeChambeau get off to such a great start, and he was playing very well, but Scotty Scheffler just stayed right on his heels, then overtook him. I thought that was entertaining overall. Tiger had a rough one. What was it, Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday.
Saturday, he had a rough one?
Oh, Sunday.
Sunday, too.
Oh, yeah.
And we talked about this, Carey. I mean, Tiger, the first two days, looks pretty strong.
You're just hoping that it's going to happen. But I said it Friday. We were talking about it. I didn't see him walking, with that limp or with that gait. But going back and watching it, I did kind of see him with a little bit of a limp. So I don't know that he can play 4 days worth of good golf.
Yeah.
It's just at this point in his life, let alone his career, just walking that much in 4 days, it feels like and it looks like it's too much for him.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Yeah,
he still captured the first 2 days despite DeChambeau and Scotty Scheffler and some of these other guys outplaying him. You know, they probably should have been the story based on how they were playing, and Tiger was splashed all over ESPN.com Thursday and Friday.
Yeah.
That's how much he impacts the game of golf to this point.
It's a super cool story. Neil Shipley, who is an amateur golfer, got to play with Tiger yesterday. Imagine
that's cool.
Being an amateur and just like Tiger Woods, hey, let's play 18 at Augusta.
Yeah.
Like, nothing on the line. We're not winning.
Let's have a catch.
Let's have a catch, Dad. Let's have a round.
Let's have a catch, Dad. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Beat the streak. Biggest question of the day next.
Anthony, you and I have been with Mentality for quite a while here now. And the one thing I love about Mentality is now that they've figured out what was bugging us before, the low testosterone, different vitamins that we were deficient in. Now it's about maximizing things. I was in there today talking to Angel, representative for Mentality, and I was like, hey, I'm got myself back in shape. Now I'm looking to get some of that performance back. I know I'm 49 years old, but I feel like I can still perform at a high level. And so we talked about changing my program, just slightly adding a few things. But that's the beauty of it all. It's always with the purpose of making you feel better all the time so that mentally and physically you're better.
Jamie, I'm sure the answer is yes, but I'm just going to ask you flat out. Don't you wish you knew about Mentality well before we actually went in?
I heard about it, but I never really thought. I was like,
try the supplement around. I need to do this.
I
need
wish
to do
I would have
that.
just knocked that. I wish I would have kicked that door down 10 years ago.
Seriously. So, Jamie, that's what Jamie did for me just by taking me into Mentality. He's like, listen, man, you see how well I'm, doing in business and life overall, feeling great, back in the gym and all that. I said, yeah, man. So I went down there. That's a true story. Jamie and I went in together, and after talking with them and jumping on their program, it didn't take long for me to become a believer as well. But you got to do something about it. You got to want to. So if you're low on testosterone, things that could have you feeling that way, maybe you're depressed, maybe you low on energy, constantly going for more coffee or energy drinks, not feeling like you can go out there and have a full day without being tired by 4 o'clock. Go down to Mentality, 2 locations, South County and Chesterfield. Tell them Jamie and Anthony sent you in there. They love hearing that. It's Mentality. You can check them out online at lowtusa.com.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Major Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Cards are back in action tonight after losing 2 of 3 against the Diamondbacks. Sonny Gray on the mound going up against Ross Stripling of the Oakland Athletics. 8:40 first pitch. The Blues have one more game left in the season as they take on the Dallas Stars. That will be Wednesday with the pregame starting at 7:30. You can listen to the game right here on 101 ESPN. City SC won 1-0 over Austin FC over the weekend, and the Battlehawks improved to 2-1, defeating the San Antonio Brahmas 31-24. We have Beat the Streak and Biggest Question of the Day coming up next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, an independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Hit baseballs. All of my successes depend on me.
You ready to hit?
The hits just keep on coming.
And his first big league hit is a bullet up the middle.
Our guy Dylan is rolling for Beat the Streak. He's back again, and he's going to have the first selection as we kick things off here in the fast lane. What's up, Dylan?
Hey, what's going on?
And you're locked in. You're what's going on. Nice job.
Yeah, the streak continues.
That's right. So before we get to Dylan's selection, Marsh, what are the updated standings?
All right, so Dylan has a current streak of 4. Carey and Jamie have a streak of 1. And unfortunately for me and you, or you and I, Anthony, we're back to 0.
Ah, darn it. And Marsh, you have the current highest streak, correct?
Yes, it is 6.
Okay, Dylan, without further ado.
I'm going to go with Nolan Gorman.
Nolan Gorman off the board to Dylan. Carey.
I'm glad he didn't pick the other Nolan. I'm going Nolan Arenado.
Well, you don't seem too sure.
No, that may have been who he wanted. I'm not sure. Is that who you were waiting on?
No.
Oh. No. You don't trust Nolan Arenado? He's a Gold Glove third baseman.
I think he's a fantastic player.
He's 7 for 15 against Stripling.
I think he's a fantastic player.
All right. You don't like him. 5:36 p.m. He hates Nolan Arenado.
No, I don't. You're putting that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
He just said
He's been saying it all day.
Jamie.
Yeah. I'm doubling down. Masyn Winn. Home run and a hit.
All right. Marsh.
Highest average on the team, Carey.
I know.
I'm going to go with Lars Nootbaar tonight. I like him in that 3 spot. We'll see how he does. Hopefully he gets a hit for me.
Okay. Wow, I was going to go Newt.
Whoops.
Yeah. All right, give me Contreras.
Yeah.
What the hell? I'm at 0. I could go with anybody.
Just take a swing at it.
Just take a swing at it. That's right. Nice job, Jamie.
Boom.
All right, Dylan, good luck with Gorman. Gorman gets a hit. We'll have you back tomorrow.
All right, sounds good. Good luck, guys.
All right, thanks. See you, Dylan. Dylan's such a nice guy.
He is.
Met him down at Ballpark Village.
What an origin story for him.
Yeah.
Man, if you could have saw him that day.
Absolutely.
Like to see the progression.
Hey, man, he was having fun.
Through adversity, man. You got to like that.
He was having fun.
He was having a good time.
Yes, he was.
We all should have wanted to have that much fun.
And again,
day.
Truth is, he selected his first pick was not in the lineup that day.
No.
Who did he pick again?
I forgot who he picked.
Contreras.
No, he picked Brendan Donovan.
Oh, who did he actually have?
Yeah, he picked.
Oh, he picked Masyn Winn.
No.
But he picked someone.
He said Brendan Donovan.
I think it was Donovan, but Donovan was out. I think it was listening.
Was it Donovan?
It was Brendan Donovan.
Okay.
He's not playing.
He was listening.
And you're like, he's not in the lineup. Oh, okay.
No, I think it was Contreras. Wasn't it?
Because Contreras was playing.
Didn't he get hurt in San Diego, though?
Honestly, don't ask me. I thought Carey won the first goal of the game this weekend.
Yeah,
I did.
That's a good
Toro.
Yeah.
That's a big test.
Bulls.
Oh, you had Toropchenko. That's right. I'm putting it together now.
I actually said Toro. You guys don't listen to me.
Anyways, what's the biggest question of the day there, Marsh?
It's time for the Fast Lane's biggest question of the day.
Well, Anthony, I noticed that none of us picked any Oakland Athletics to get a base hit today.
Probably should have.
Well, maybe not, because Sonny Gray is on the mound, and he had a great outing as his in his first outing as a St. Louis Cardinal. So can Sonny Gray right the ship tonight for the Redbirds?
Yeah, but he can't hit.
Right.
Damn it.
Yep. So
I mean, he might be able to.
Do I think he'll pitch well? Yeah.
I think it'll be good.
Do I think he'll save the Cardinals, right the ship? Jamie nailed it. You don't hit anymore. I don't know. I think Sonny Gray will pitch well. He's on a pitch count, I think, of like 75 or something like that, somewhere around there. He was very good in his first start. He's great in his first start, scoreless. What was it, 5 innings? 5 scoreless. I think he'll pitch very well again tonight. Oakland, not the best hitting team. Some would even call them a minor league baseball team.
I would say that.
Although they did score 8 runs yesterday against another team that's kind of a minor league team in the Washington Nationals. But Sonny Gray's going to pitch very well tonight. Cardinals going to get a dub. I believe it.
Yeah, I'm with you, Anthony. I mean, really, you should be beating the A's, regardless of who's on the bump today. Yeah. But Sonny Gray will certainly help you.
If you don't win this series, is that is that problematic?
Yes.
Yeah. It's like losing to the Sharks.
People
that was really
3 times.
No
three
offense,
times.
Anthony.
People are going to want Oli to be fired.
If they lose this
Again,
series, so they should win this series. They should sweep.
Well, the A's. I mean, the A's have been playing decent baseball.
They have the same record as the Cardinals.
As of late, though, you know.
Yeah.
By the way, did you see that? Well, don't be making fun of me.
I'm not.
Go look at the record.
I'm not.
In the last, you know.
Listen, Marsh, they're 7-9 overall. They are 6-4 over the last 10 games.
Yeah.
Cardinals are 4-6. So you're right. They have been playing better ball than the Cardinals over the last 10. I think what we're laughing at is like, why are we even? I mean, it's the A's, and we're like, well, yeah, the Cardinals, could they win the series? Like, that's where we're at right now.
We got another question from the 618. Hey, fellas, this might be the dumbest question of the day. I don't think it is. Do y'all think Army is trying to find a coach that can push Jordan Kyrou to excel at the level we all know he's capable of achieving?
Well, if he's solely looking for a coach to push Jordan Kyrou, that's a problem.
Yep.
That tells you everything you need to know about where the player's at. Because Craig Berube pushed and pushed and pushed, and some felt that he pushed too much, that person probably being Jordan Kyrou. And then Drew Bannister came in, and Drew Bannister held the same standard. He really did. Ended up benching Kyrou a couple times and, like calling him out a little bit. So I don't think Army's looking for a coach that's going to come in and pressure or push Jordan Kyrou. Army's looking for a coach that can get the best out of every single player on that roster.
Right.
That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, you need somebody that's going to come in, establish a culture for your entire team, not just for one player. I completely agree with you, Jamie. You can't. I mean, I think that should be part of it. But if Army is just looking for and he's not, to maximize what Jordan Kyrou's capable of, then what does it say about the rest of your roster? So
that's exactly what I'm saying.
Yep.
If the big focus is right there on one player, then the fact that everything's focused around one player who's not even a 100-point player.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
And I've said this before, if you need a coach to be the one to jumpstart you, that's probably a problem. That's a problem in itself.
It's a red flag.
Yeah. You need to be a self-starter. No one should have to get you going. You shouldn't be looking or searching for a specific coach or coaching staff that can get the most. The kid, he has plenty of talent.
Yes.
The young man has enough talent to do pretty much everything he wants to do in this league. Just a will and want to every single night.
Yeah. All right. We have about the board 3 stars of the day, criticisms, compliments, all coming up next on 101 ESPN. When it comes to Mosby Building Arts, they are the right remodeling company. And when you give them a call at 314-909-1800, you're going to love the way that Mosby builds their entire program. They do a phenomenal job of making sure that they take care of you from start to finish, whether it's a small project, and small could range from, maybe just, something small within the basement or something small within the kitchen. Or if you're going to do a complete remodel, they are the company to call, because at Mosby Building Arts, they have everybody in-house. And a lot of times they'll get people telling them consistently that they want, they wish they had called Mosby Building Arts the first time instead of going with maybe a big box company thinking they're going to save all this money up front, or maybe going to different, contractors thinking, again, that they're going to save a bunch of money. Then over the long haul, their project, it extends out, and they're without their kitchen for months on end. And the person that they're working with, all of a sudden, they can't get them on the phone, whatever. Mosby Building Arts, they're reputable. They have everybody in-house. They do a great job. And they still have their spring refresh sale going on right now. So if you give them a call, Mosby, they've got great deals on windows and bathroom remodels. So if you're looking to do a complete bathroom remodel, they've got great pricing and great deals going on. If you're looking for complete new windows, again, Mosby Building Arts, they got to be your first call. You're not going to regret going with them. Give them a ring. They're incredible. Tell them Stalter sent you. And again, go with Mosby Building Arts. They are the right remodeling company. Miss anything from today's show, you can always download the podcast, available at 101ESPN.com, your 101 ESPN mobile app. It's all brought to you by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. Time to play Bet the Board right now here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Marsh, no updated standings, so we'll just go in the order previous, which honestly I forget.
Did you win on Friday?
No, I went with the Diamondbacks because I was angry that Ivan Herrera wasn't in the lineup. Goes to show me. Yeah, bad attitude, Jamie. If you can believe that, had a bad attitude.
Yeah, it's really hard to believe.
All right, Marsh, go ahead.
I'm going to go with the Oakland Athletics team total under 3.5. It's right at that minus 150 marker.
Okay.
So
Sonny Gray.
I think Sonny Gray is going to have a good start tonight.
I believe that. Carey.
You know what? I'm going to go with the, I did this last time and they didn't work out for me. I'm going to go with the Atlanta Braves. They're minus 116 versus the Houston Astros.
I like that. Houston's been rough. 6-11.
Good for them.
Haven't been great at home dating back to last year. Jamie.
Yeah, playoff implications in the NHL. One team playoff implications, the other team standings implications. I got the Bruins over the Capitals at minus 148.
Okay, right there at the 150 threshold. Nice job.
Yeah.
All right, this one's not going to make Mama Rivers happy, but I'm going to go with the Yankees over the Toronto Blue Jays.
Cussing you out right now.
Toronto off to an 8-8 start. They lost over the weekend to Colorado for one game, and the other games are like, Toronto kind of sluggish to start. Yankees 7-3 over the last 10, 12-4 overall. Give me the Yankees minus 104 against the Blue Jays. Okay, time for the criticisms and compliments.
Do we have Marshy's poll yet?
Oh yeah,
we're gonna get to the poll.
We're gonna get to his poll. Don't worry, Jamie.
Do you want to wait for the poll, or do you?
I kind of want it now.
I think Jamie wants the poll now.
Give your poll to
Gary,
Jamie.
you know you do too.
So I ran the poll, and we had a lot of people chiming in on this poll. However, it turns out that we will have a rematch.
Oh, baby.
Nice.
52% in favor of a rematch with Carey. 48% Michael advances.
Just want to thank all the people that came out and voted.
Let's hope Michael knows. Could you imagine? We give Michael a call tomorrow. Hey, you ready for your rematch? He's
listening.
Ready for round 3.
He's in the snake pit.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so Michael knows.
He knows what's going on.
Also, one of the questions that we had today was, why do the Cardinals continue to sit Masyn Winn? Well, our own John Fozalok chimed in, letting us know why that could be. And this is what Fo had to say.
So, the first thing you might kind of recognize is I've lost my voice, and, to kind of give you a peek behind the curtain of what's been going on, I would cite the movie Moneyball. If you remember when, Brad Pitt, he was playing Billy Bean, wanted to start Scott Hatteberg, but the coach wasn't having it, right? He only wanted to play Carlos Pena. And kind of in a similar scenario, I've been getting into it with the coaching staff about Masyn Winn. They want to play Masyn. He's the leading hitter. He is great for defense. He's flashy. He's the future of the franchise. But, at the end of the day, I ask how many World Series has Masyn Winn won, right? When you look at the pedigree that Brandon Crawford brings, I think he needs to be in the lineup. I reminded them, the last manager that has gotten in an argument with me. Sure, he won, I think, Manager of the Year, but fired him, right? And, I think that, Brandon Crawford could help us win ball games, and, Masyn Winn needs time off. If it was up to me, he'd have more time off. So, I'm just letting you guys know that I've traded Masyn Winn for a prospect to be named later, and, my guys are going to play. My guys have experience. My guys are near 40, and we're going to win ball games.
So there's your answer.
Yep.
That's why he's been
makes sense
taking days off.
Yeah, it does make sense, doesn't Carey? Yeah, you're right. Okay.
All right.
Thank you, John Fozalok.
Appreciate it.
Exclusively with Fastlane.
All right, that leads us right into our 3 stars of the day. Our third star of the day goes to Jabba the Hutt.
Oh,
the Star Wars character.
The Star Wars,
obviously,
because you were giving a great example of the Star Wars breakdown.
I thought it was how
it, relates to this Cardinals team. So there you go.
Yeah, that's exactly why.
In Star Wars,
he's a villain.
Films.
Yeah. Antagonist, they call him.
Carey, don't. Don't encourage.
No.
Don't encourage.
We're talking about Star Wars.
I know what
Anthony.
you're talking about.
Huh?
All right, I know what you're talking
Just
about.
you gotta watch it to understand, to get a full view.
I don't see the problem.
Yeah.
You wouldn't.
All right, second star of the day goes to Cheers. We found out that the clip you're looking for is from Cheers.
Carla Tortelli.
Rhea Perlman.
Yeah.
Yeah, her character.
That doesn't sound like
It
her.
doesn't. It sounds like Elaine from Seinfeld.
Definitely doesn't sound like Elaine
It
from
does
Seinfeld.
to me. I mean, I've
Definitely
only
does.
watched
No.
like 2 episodes of Seinfeld, so I'm just saying. That's what it sounds like to me.
Fair enough. Either way, that's surprising. That's from Cheers.
All right, our first star of the day goes to, and I don't mean to brag, but my poll that was on Twitter.
Nice. All right.
First star of the
Nice
day.
job,
We had some
Marsh.
people texting in that also wanted
waiting
my
on that
poll
poll.
to
It was a
be
big
number
winner.
one.
Nice. Good.
Janie had been
Certainly
waiting on
was.
that poll all day.
Good.
Who wouldn't be?
And Carey won the poll.
Carey, it's all yours.
Did he though? I appreciate it.
Yeah. You took
Nice.
the poll.
Way to go.
Good job,
I
Carey.
think I won the gauntlet too, but who's keeping track? Huh?
You did, actually.
We don't know.
Yeah. All right, we got a Blues-related instant replay coming up next. For Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, and Anthony Stalter. We'll be back tomorrow at 2 o'clock. See ya.